Good evening and welcome. You're on Front Runner Sports, and of course, tonight is the big night. We're having a watch along for the CAF Champions League final that's coming to us live from Sela in Morocco. It's just opposite the capital, this place, and as you can see from the pictures, because the point of the watch along is to have us keeping you company whilst you watch the pictures. So you can go ahead and mute the pictures wherever you're watching them and join in the conversation here with us. Okay. So the hashtag is at hashtag Fun Watch Along. Okay. And then we also have a competition that's running where we're giving away airtime, a gig to 3 people. It's very simple. We need you to predict the first goal scorer. The first 3 people who get that right will get themselves that gig of airtime. I'm not alone. As usual, we have the team here to dust off the cobwebs. Gents, I know you've had a lot of downtime. You guys WhatsApp me a lot telling me how much you miss me. And so I thought I'll come here and then we can hang out and watch this game together. As we can see on the screen, to confirm, VAR, of course, will continue to be in full effect. And I think, obviously, there's been some lessons learned as far as how to utilize it when we've seen how it didn't really impose as far as the Euros were concerned. It was used in a way where it was very subtle, but it did what it was supposed to do. As the players take to the field, let me welcome my starting 11 made up of Calvin Sosibo. We have Gregor Tafia in the house, who's wearing his heart on his sleeve. And then we've got Timothy Batabayer also in the house. Gentlemen, welcome. This should be a good one. And I'm going to take this time to say good evening. Shailen is on.
Welcome back.
I'm a cozy for life.
It's good to be back.
Make sure you keep your
Interacting
life.
with our friends.
Yeah.
This is one of the most important day in the civil unrest. I hope those have come, and we expect an amazing game. At the end of the day, it's going to be a double win for South Africa because we have our coach on the other side,
Double win.
and we also have our team that is being sent over to represent the country. Double win in the sense that Pito is in charge of that team.
Yeah.
So when he wins, we still got the trophy.
Tell that to Kaiser Chiefs fans.
No. Calvin, we want Kaiser Chiefs to win because the trophy will be coming back to South
Double
Africa.
win.
No, I don't want
Double
that double.
win.
I want single win.
No, either way.
No. He's gonna keep it in Egypt.
But tell me now, Gregor Tafia,
Yeah.
and Tim, I'll get your thoughts as well. We're seeing the end of a cycle here for Pito. Pito kind of came in under the same circumstances as Stuart Baxter, where, someone argued the work had been done. He still, of course, had to go to the final and win it. As the game has kicked off, is it not the good work he's now done by being there for a full season and seeing it through that kind of leads as far as the narrative is concerned, as opposed to a team who are in flux and transformation? Surely what we're about to see now is the culmination of work between his South African and his outside. What do you think?
For me, I think it's with Pizzo, he has stamped his authority. He came in last season when the competition was on, and he did well. And now he's fully in charge. Yeah, this is his team. And I feel he has done so well. For him to get to the final. It's a well respected coach in the continent, and we're still coming to Kaiser Chiefs. I mean, he overseeing, he's not on the bench, but he was on the stand in the 2-legged game they play against Raja, which I think, he has some input there too, So, but credit must be given to everyone that contributes for Kaiser Chiefs to get where they are now, not to forget Gavin Hunt, and Zawani and Shepard. And, we're still on the final now and be on the bench. I think, his presence means a lot for the players because, he's a well-proven coach too.
Okay. And Tim, how do you see it? I mean, it would be a nice way for Chiefs to start life under Stuart Baxter again with a cool 36 million rand in their pockets. That's the prize money here, $2.5 million. Who do you think is better suited for this big occasion?
Look, take nothing away from both teams. They have worked so hard to make sure they're in the finals. We are having a scare that near happened at Al-Hatley when they lost to Simba. So was Kaizer Chiefs when they had to go to Tanzania with a 4-0 advantage, and they lost 3-0. So they managed to come through all the way. But again, the cup final, the previous encounters are nothing to mention about.
Sure.
At this moment in time, it's all which team wants it more. And at this moment in time, we know that the Arabs, in the first 15, 20 minutes, they are very deadly.
Yeah.
They always go all out to try and get a goal. So if Kaizer Chiefs can try to soak the pressure and sit back, then they stand a chance. However, a team of Al-Hatley and Pitso Musmani, they live by winning the Champions League and the league title.
Yeah.
Anything less of that is a failure.
For sure.
Now, Kaizer Chiefs is the first team to finish 8th in the league standing and be in the final. That's history in its own making.
Right.
So they have certain good things they have done, but it's very important that if Kaizer Chiefs can exert themselves, I can see Al-Hatley players don't want to be dribbled, so that can work to the advantage of Kaizer Chiefs. But again, they should not, continue holding on to the ball longer in areas that are not dangerous, because once they lose the ball, they will be punished well.
Okay, I mean, so we were looking at the way that Al Ahly were going to approach this one, and you were talking about in terms of how they might use their personnel tactically to get the upper hand against Kaizer Chiefs. Just take us through what you think might happen and how Pito might set it up going forward.
Yeah, for sure. I think we had a little bit of a chat of air, which is one of the things that I've actually pointed out to you, that Pito is going to actually to see how Chiefs are going to set up. So Chiefs having to, they're going to apply themselves by using Nikovic as a point of reference. So what will happen is this. Pito will try and add one of the defense into the middle, just to try and close the gaps and the passing lanes from the middle. And which is why, because if they have one striker, it basically means that there's lesser pressure on their zone, which is what they're going to do. They're going to add more pressure by having that extra player that has to come from defense to the middle. And from the middle, one player is going to actually move up. So what they're going to do, they're going to have a double 10 on top, which is now when they're playing with another striker also, who's a point of reference, it's going to give Chiefs a lot of problems, because that player that is going to be holding the ball up, he's the one that is going to make sure that he separates those players, and then they try and join. They're going to have more numerical superiority in the middle, more than Chiefs, because Chiefs are sitting back right now. The way that they're possessing the ball is good. They're trying to move them. As you can see, Al Ahly, what they're doing is they are not trying to counter press them or put them under pressure on their own zone. What they're waiting for, because they know that they're going to sit back, so they're going to try and tire them in a way that they're going to use more ball in terms on their own halves, but not in a way where it's more dangerous for Ahly to defend.
Right.
So every time, if you can see now, most of the time, as you can see, every time Chiefs loses the ball, there's more numbers. And them being on an overloaded side, they always have 2v1 on a player, which is on their zone, which is now, this is the danger that might happen, because they're going to commit more fouls. Because if you're doubling up in all areas, which means that you're not taking the game into Ali's half. Look at where Ali is parked now. He's parked almost close to the halfway line. What does that mean? They're dropping more deeper in a way. They should try and force them to play a more balanced game by engaging more into the goal.
Okay, there we go. Tim, in terms of what you've been seeing now for the first 5 minutes going on to the 6th minute, any patterns of play that you're picking up on?
Look, I think they're making it so easy for Al-Hatley to get those balls to their strikers and their wingers. I think that should not be happening at this moment in time. I think Kaizer Chiefs' backline should not allow that, because once they're allowing that, it's very dangerous. They'll take the ball onto the likes of the Cardoso and Mato.
Yeah.
And that in itself is very dangerous, to the extent that they can't force them to make those fouls. So it's very important that they are shielded, not have that
pressure
encounter just near the 18-yard box.
Yeah.
But for now, I think Kaizer Chiefs are trying to rush to get up front, to try and pick up Nukovic. And then the distances try and get closer to him is a little bit big.
Right.
The more they continue doing that, the more they lose the ball, they're going to create the gap within the midfield.
Yeah.
And they're going to overwhelm the midfield, and they're going to attack them. So they need to be a little bit calm. When they win the ball, maybe in the midfield, spread it around, get the numbers up front to support Nukovic quicker, so that they can have those interplay to try and attack.
Okay, there we go. We're coming at you live from DBM Spaces here in Rosebank. We've made sure the whole place is sanitized. Everybody got their checks as they came in. Obviously, we're still dealing with the COVID outbreak at the moment, but everybody here is certified to be here and in good nick. So 7 minutes into the game, maybe one of the surprises coming into this one is the choice of goalkeeper. Some people thinking that Bruce Vuma should have continued. You know, Greg, is he one for the future? I mean, because some would have said that in that last game where Akpe came in, he was deputizing due to the COVID scare that Bruce had, and then obviously would be restored. That's not been the case. Why do you think it is? A big occasion, a man who's been in World Cups, who's been in big games. Is that what you look for when you're selecting your keeper for a game like this?
Yeah, basically, I mean, anyone of the three goalkeepers can play the game.
Yeah.
But, you have to choose one. That's why the goalkeeping position is very critical. And with Stewart and
his son Lee.
And Son Lee, Atozwani, and Shepard. I think
Why are you laughing
the technical team they have to make decision, and the best one for the team. And with all the goalkeepers there, I think Daniel, he raised his hand up in terms of the Champions League, not for Kaizer Chiefs alone, in terms of the whole tournament, and he, for now, if you want to choose the best goalkeeper now, he's the one, because he has kept most clean sheet, I mean, majority of the clean sheet, Kaizer Chiefs have kept 11, he kept 6 alone, so I think he has done very well. He came in the home game they play, and he did very well, not to the fault of Bruce, because he cannot control that situation, but he came in, he was ready, and he did very well. And I'm just happy, I mean, they are one of the best defensive side in the CAF Champions League. And the most important thing for them, is for them when they prepare, they went to camp, because you see a team like Al Ahly, which in the last 4 games, against Pyramid, they drew 2-2. They won 2-0 against Arab Contractors. They won 4-0. They won 4-1
on Sunday.
On Sunday. So the only changes then, the only people that didn't get changed there is the Tafik, the right back, and Malou, which, I mean, the Tunisian player, he missed a penalty against Pyramid, they could have won that game, and the 2 centre back, you have Banoun and Ashraf.
Right.
Yeah, the Moroccan centre back, which, I mean, he gave a lot of scare to Sundance. He's the one that scored that goal against Sundance. They have big guys, and that's one of their strengths, in terms of set piece, and Kaizer Chiefs must watch out for that. But for me, I think for going back to the goalkeeping decision, I think is the best decision, because, I mean, going to this game, who played the last game and who he did very well.
But I mean, it's been 3 weeks since that game.
Yeah, Greg. But that's the last game. If you compare that to Bruce, he played 2 weeks back, and you compare the travel, so you better play Daniel. That is,
Wow.
Yeah, so,
I don't know.
Yeah. So for me, I mean, stat-wise, he deserves to be there.
Okay.
Yeah, stat-wise, if you want to go to stat-wise in terms of what the team is for, for them to get to this place, I think he deserves to be there.
Okay, many giggles from you, Tim. What do those mean? I need you to interpret for us those giggles in terms of what Greg has been saying. I feel like you have
7 clean sheet Akpe, so definitely he had to be chosen above anybody else. And he has been outstanding.
Yeah,
I'm gonna allow him to breathe
for now.
Yeah,
until what, Akpe makes a mistake.
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, anyone can make a mistake, but not to cause the team.
No. We want him to finish.
For mistake, we don't wish him to make a mistake.
No, we don't wish anyone to make a mistake. But
I think
I'm wondering if it's...
For me, what was important was not to ask this question to Etafia.
Yeah.
He should have stayed out of it.
Oh, okay.
Why must I stay out of it?
When it comes to Akpe, you stay out.
No, I mean, he's a goalkeeper. He's there.
And you're a goalkeeper.
I'm a goalkeeper.
There we go.
I know that,
You know the feeling.
the coach will always put who he trusts most.
Right.
Yeah.
At this point, Stewie, he's not going to make a decision himself.
Mhm.
There's Zawani there, there's Shepard there, there's the goalkeeper coach there. Daniel to play this game, there's going to be a lot of concession. There's going to talking, you know,
A brain's trust.
Yeah. So I think
Look, it's an
for
international.
now,
It's an international.
take the international away.
No.
We're talking about form. You know, even the Kune is international goalkeeper.
Tim, you haven't made your point.
We are talking about form. Form now. For form, he's the one deserves to play.
Tim, you have not made your point.
When it
Well,
comes
I'm
to
waiting.
the finals, it's not about the form. It's more special about, I can say, your experience.
No, Tim.
Because
when it comes to the final or when it comes to goalkeeping, your form take you to the next game. That's very important. You cannot play a goalkeeper that's not in form, and you say you want to please.
But if we're gonna talk about the form, then Bruma should be in.
No, in terms of Champions League. No, we're not talking about the league. We're talking about champions because they are playing Champions League now.
Yes.
If it's the form, Akpeyi deserve to be there.
Okay. Well, let's see how it manifests itself here this evening. As we've been seeing a bit more pressure from Al Ali, looking to move ahead. And what I'm also kind of seeing from the ref is that he's letting the game flow quite a bit for the most part, you know. So in a team like Kaizer Chiefs, also that look for those fouls in and around those critical areas for the set pieces, you now have to not maybe go back to the drawing board, but look for other options and other ways to kind of agitate the situation.
Yeah, this is a time where you have to come up with more solutions into the game, which is now the ref is actually letting the game he's letting the game to breathe more, which gives the players to settle down. I see Ali has settled down more. They are getting more and more into Chiefs defensive half. Chiefs get the ball 2-3 touches, they've lost the ball, which is not good for them. All they can do right now is just compose themselves. They understand they're in the final. There's nothing to prove right now. What they need to do is just to enjoy the game and make sure that they work on the mistakes of Ali. But looking at it now, the way that Ali is positioned, they are very compact. They are waiting for that small mistakes for you to make, and then they take the ball and they always glimpse of players. I have not seen much Nekovic on the ball. He's been chasing, and which that's gonna be a little bit of a problem come second half. Because why I'm saying that, I'm looking at this in a sense where now this is a tournament, and I want to see how they prioritize this tournament. Meaning that how did they building up fitness and ability to maintain playing action for 90 to 120 minutes. And the playing style for the 90 minutes or 120, because this game can go easily to extra time or it can end on 90 minutes. But now, I'm trying to see from Chiefs, because I've seen it in a couple of minutes that I've been watching the first 15 minutes from Ali, which is a high level of communication in the team, which is now you can see players who are technically agreeing between playing in the highest order. Those players, every time when they get the ball, they're always trying to find one another. But with Chiefs, it looks like they just want to hoof the ball away and get into a more safer zone, which is on the third of Al Ahly, which is Ali on a different space. They're trying to hold up the ball and try to find those gaps. There's not much more pockets because Chiefs are doubling up, which is they're having overloads. There's always going to be a 2v1 on each player. But now, how are they going to come out to the offensive third? This is one of the questions that Chiefs needs to get in. Like right now, you can see that it's one long ball trying to find Nokovic, and then you see there's a shot, and then from there, look at the build-up that's how Ali is going to have. Also playing on the long one. Why are they doing that? Because now they're trying to see, because Chiefs, what they are doing right now is every time when they move up, they're going to leave spaces behind them.
Right.
So now they have to navigate the game in a way. If they're having more numbers, which when Ali is being pressed on their third, which means now they have lesser numbers on their defensive. So for a keeper, it's not going to make sense for you to still build up at the back. So you need that fast one. But as you can see now, up front for Ali, there were two strikers there, which can hold up the ball for the incoming players.
Right.
And the good thing now, going to 17 minutes, that was the first shot on target for Kaizer Chiefs. Al Ahly have two shot on target, and two shot at goal, one on target. They got one corner kick, which is their strong point. Kaizer Chiefs got one corner kick too. I think, and Al-Ali have make 86 accurate passes, which is very good. And yeah, for now I think the game is balanced because for the first 4 minutes, Kaizer Chiefs tried to press, try to play in the half of Al-Ali, but right now, after then Al-Ali took over.
Yeah.
But Chiefs now in control too. But it's a balanced team. It's a final. It's always gonna be that nerves, in terms of when the game is gonna really balance. We're looking forward to maybe 30 minutes. 30 minutes, 35 minutes. Now you can know where you really stand, and you can know where the strong point and the weak point. But you can see Kaizer Chiefs, what they did in this game. I think with Rama coming in right back, I think it's one good thing they do, because Al-Ali, they're very strong on the wings, with speed, and you have Rosler there, but it's awkward there because he's a right footer playing on the left back, and yeah, for him to distribute or to him to make those crosses is going to be very difficult. But although he used both feet, but you need the supply from the right side. Nokovic, most of his goals he score is from the right side, so he can attack the ball and finish. But you still have Castro there on the bench. If it's tough, you can put the two big strikers. But I think for now, the game is well balanced.
Tim, I mean, are you seeing any signs Chiefs having been, not playing for the past 3 weeks? Can you tell, or do you think it's one of those things that'll manifest themselves a little later in the game?
No, I can tell that they have not been playing. Why? The applicability. I'm looking at the effort that Parker. I think it has been a master stroke from Baxter for positioning Parker in the position he's playing in.
Which is what? How would you define that?
That's it's a holding eight. So what he's doing is Parker has gone back to that time when he used to play for Tanda Zulu.
Yeah.
When he comes in late, when he comes in late to try and sneak in, that has been his game. So he's playing, is one of the few Kaizer Chiefs players that is willing to take to have the ball more often and take on the players.
Right.
But again, I've noticed a scenario where the back four of Kaizer Chiefs is trying to push up. I think it's too early for them to try and do that, because that's what Al Hartley wants them to do.
Right.
They're going to get them closer to the center line, and then they're going to punish them. So I think they should still hold back, because they are not as pacey as the Al Hartley attackers. And then the shielding of Katsande should be commended by this moment in time, because when Katsande is trying to delay that attack, you have the likes of Parker picking on those balls. But
yeah, I
think they need to little bit be calm, spread the ball in the middle, give chance to the likes of Nukovic, Ngobo and Jabulo, just to get onto the ball. I think for now they are competing well.
Okay, here we go. We have the first set piece, a corner for second one for Ali, second corner. Yeah. So 20 minutes in, can they make use of it? It's played low. Let's see the shot, and it balloons high above.
I think they try to overrate their corner kicks now, because they know Kaizer Chiefs, they already studied them, because if you watch against Sundowns, they normally play to the first post.
Right.
And the guy in the first post doesn't head it direct, he flick it to the back post for the center back to attack it. And the good thing, both sides, they're strong on set piece.
Right.
So
that might be what wins it.
That it should, because I think one getting to 70-something minutes in the game, one team will get, lose focus. And this game might end 1-0, 2-1, depends on the energy. As we say, Kaizer Chiefs haven't played for about 3 weeks, which Al-Ali have been. The last game, the danger man there is, that's Sharif. I just feel, the last game he scored 2 goals, which is, he's one player, in the Egyptian league, everyone is scared of, and they're already talking about big move for him, but I just feel like, he needs to prove himself in this finals,
There we go, with Ashraf getting a yellow card, the first one of the game. So he'll be under pressure for the next 70 or so minutes, provided obviously he doesn't get substituted. But we are off the mark as far as the name into the referee's book. And Chiefs here, we'll see what they can do. Starting here, looking to go down the flanks. Frosler now, good feet from him, and just close down.
Yeah,
Going back to the corner kick for Al Hatla against Chiefs, I hope the defenders can pick up that they need to always put somebody on the D.
Yeah.
Because that was a well taken corner kick.
Yeah.
On the D, there was no coverage.
Right.
They were just coming to rush it. I hope they have picked it up that they should always leave somebody just on the D to shield that area, because it's always very dangerous. But again, I think Kaizer Chiefs has grown in confidence. My biggest challenge will be, as the game goes on, when you have not been playing, you have that energy, the extra energy. And then as the game goes on, you start dropping the energies. So they need to manage their energy levels well, because it's also very important for them to score a goal, so that gives them an advantage for Al Hatri to come from behind to try and equalize. If they don't, it's going to be a mountain to climb.
Yeah, just another data that I have, a data that shows that a trend of goals from limited touches finishes underloaded situation in around the 6-yard box, meaning that most of the goals that are being scored on this tournament, it's goals that are being scored with minimal touches. You got 1 touch, 2 touches, seldomly where players take extra touches where they're on the box. And also, as Tim just alluded, if you just be careful on the last 6-yard box, this is where the balls are being played most of the times, and this is where team actually find joy in scoring goals. And especially on this game with the Egyptians, they will always look for those cutbacks, because now the game model has changed. So what they're trying to do right now is they're trying to make sure that they're trying to find those underlaps and the third man run just to break the bulk of the team, which is Chiefs, which is sitting back and having more numbers there. So they're finding solutions in a way how they have to dismantle them. And it's interesting, and it's interesting to see putting Rama on the side, and then you're having Forsler on the left-hand side. I don't know what's the idea behind it, because you got a right-footed player that is playing on the left. Originally, you had Ramalfe who was playing right-footed right back.
Yeah.
Does he still have the same energy to go up and down? Are they looking to add numerical superiority when it comes to the middle third, or trying to gain position, moving up so that he offers more support in the final third? Maybe that's the option that they're trying to go with. But for how long is he going to participate on those movements going up and down? Because the worst case scenario is if he goes up and then they find the pockets behind him, the recovery time is going to be far shorter, because the energy levels are not going to be as high as when he used to play that position. But kudos for the coach on understanding that he needs a natural footed player. But I would still have opted to play Frosler on that position.
Yeah.
No, it won't.
To back your point, it's a very good point Kevin is making, because Frosler, if you check most of the Chiefs game, we saw the game against the Tanzanian team, Simba. Most of their goals, they come from the right side, because we know Frosler with good, accurate, crosses in terms of, on the ball. He can pick, on the motion, he can make a nice cross. And that's where, Nukovic, strike from, So, but with Rama, he hasn't played. The last time he played, I think 3 months back, he came in as a substitute. Yeah, so I think with this final, maybe the camp they went to, I think maybe it shows something to the coaches,
right?
For them to bring him in, because you have Gezana who is always sorry, but Daniel.
Guys, just to explain what that no was about.
No,
Daniel Agray.
I think Daniel, it's in decision there. He needed to clear that ball once. I think he tried to control it and decided to play it again. So this is a final, it's always tense.
He nearly caused the heart attack.
It's always tense, So, but yeah, just about Frosler, playing on the left side, I think, is disadvantage Chiefs in terms of their attack, going forward, because they have no Nukovic here, which, I mean, from the right side, he scored most of the goals. The cross is coming from there, but the good thing, Gezana have played very well, but the speed, I think the coaches, they have a sit down and, discuss and say, because Al-Ali are very strong on the wings, let's get Rama there and get Frosler there. It doesn't matter.
I think the rationale, if I can read Baxter's mind, is simple. He has tried to create a shield for the likes of Mato and Daniel.
Okay.
So what he has done, you are not going to see Ramaphosa going to try and overtake or overlap. Ramaphosa is more inside actually than being a right back. So they are giving more chances to Frosa try and adventure to go forward. So that's the rationale they're doing. So Pitso has picked it up. If you look, Al Hatley is trying to overload on the left-hand side because Rama is not a traditional right back. He's more playing inside as if he's a center half and then trying to cover. So they are congesting the middle and forcing them to go wide because they know that Al Hatley is more dangerous on the right-hand side. So they are forcing them to use the left-hand side.
Yeah, another point. I think from what I've observed, and I think also the rationale coming from the coach, Forsler is good on his 1v1. And also Ramaswe is good on his 1v1. So what would you do as a coach? You look at the players that are good on 1v1. Yes, at this point, Foster is not going to offer much offensively because he's a strong right-footed player. But because he's good on his 1v1, he's placed on that position. And on the other case is you have Mpatlele, who's going to be moving almost close to the halfway line, but making sure that he gives more support into the defensive line, which is come closer to Matoho. But now again, the Ali side has spotted that, and I'm sure Pito has a mechanism now in the sense that every time when they play, they are not having more action on the left, but they are worried about Ramaswe's speed, which is when he vacates that position, they're always going to try and play behind him. So because they know he's going to play closer to Matoho, that means there's always going to be that space available. So that's why you see they're not attacking centrally. Most of the action that I've watched now, like 60 to 75% of ball position, it's going on the left-hand side, on Ali's side. Why is that? Because they know naturally Ramaswe mentally is playing now as a center back. Why is he playing that? Because now he's used to that position. Every time he's going to be playing more wider, he's going to remember that I need to come back inside to try and help. But now that's not a position that is supposed to be playing right now. The position that is playing is to be a right back. You only cover in because you're working as a pair. So a right-footed center back and a right back, they work as a pair. Also on the left. So for them to avoid to being outstretched too much, because you haven't seen Matoho receiving the ball from the empty space to try and challenge, and you haven't seen Froster trying to move up the field so then they can force Ali to move more back and also create room for themselves to play. What we have seen is just them just sitting uptight, being happy, being content of not conceding a goal. I think the game plan right now is to size up Ali and don't concede first half. Then it's dangerous for them, for a team that has been in action, because now they will know which gear that they're going to be playing with. The same with Ali. They're trying to do the same, whereby they're trying to have a feel at Chiefs. Okay, Chiefs are defending more compactly. Remember, even if you don't have the ball and you are behind the ball, you're working more because the team is going to keep on moving the ball. You covering those distances. Once there's lapse of concentration, this is where we're going to see a goal. But it's good for them that they're trying to utilize their set pieces because of their height. You got Nekovic and also you have Matoho, Cardoso, who are good on the set piece. But now they're having little of that. They cannot only be playing on set pieces alone. They also need to try to commit those fouls so then they can have an open play game.
Okay, speaking of Cardoso, he latched on to what was a corner kick now for Kaizer Chiefs, and it's been cleared. Ali in possession now as they'll look to build up again. There was a scenario just moments ago where essentially the whole game was being played in Kaizer Chiefs' half. Now, will Ali be able to exert that pressure again as they look for that long ball, which is stopped by Daniel Cardoso? But once again, possession easily given back, rather, to Al Ali, who now will build up again. And what is very convincing about them is those interchanging passes, is that they're playing like a well-oiled machine. As I say that, though, here are Kaizer Chiefs. Lots of to and fro in this one so far.
I think, when it comes to Kaizer Chiefs now, they are a little bit rushing it. Being underdogs, I think they need to try and take, like now it's 31 minutes right now. They need to hold on to the ball more because at this moment in time, Al Hilal is playing as if they are desperately in need of a goal. So that plays to their disadvantage. So Kaizer Chiefs need to take advantage of that. In such situations like now, hold on to that ball, spread it in the middle of the pitch. Because what Al Ahly is doing better than Kaizer Chiefs is their players are using their bodies to try and win the ball more often, than making tackles. They are conserving their energy. I think Chiefs needs to do the same. Hold on to the ball more often, but they are losing the ball so quickly, and that takes away energy and concentration from them.
The same thing I've said to Kamza off air, where I said, you see, like the case now when Jabula and Katsande are clashing for one ball. They're trying to pick one player, two of them, where they're supposed to, when they're in position, they need to know the position that they need to be in order for them to move easily to the next half. Because what Ali is doing right now, they're not putting too much pressure and not allowing them to play.
Yeah.
We know Ali as a team that always offer counter press. At this point, they are not doing this. This is an advantage of Kaizer Chiefs because they know Chiefs can play. The reason why you offer counter press play is when a team that builds up more at the back. But now there's not that opportunity is not available for them to have a counter press. Why? Because Chiefs is not building.
Right.
Chiefs is looking to play long. But now, are they playing from the second ball? They are not doing that. So once they start playing from the second ball and ease the game up, as team has picked up, it's for Ali to lose this game, and it's for Ali that is under pressure, not Chiefs. Chiefs are in control of this game, but the mistakes that they are making right now is 1-2 touches, it's lost.
Right.
It offers confidence to Ali. And then what Alis are doing is they're trying to control the game, pace slow, and then they start picking up to the offensive debt. At the back, as I said, comes off again. They started with 4 at the back. Now they have 3. They've pushed one defender in the middle. Now, what does it say? Parker cannot now join more or go and press up because it's going to leave a 2v1 in the middle, which is now Katsande, and then there's also Njabulu. With that being said, again, they're not trying to play through the middle, but they're trying to use the flanks more.
Right.
Why are they doing that? Because at the back, they know there's no pressure. All that has to do, Nekovic has to do, is just have to drop through the middle. Now, them dropping in the middle, it offers Ali to have more chance to be on top of Chiefs' half. Every time when they have the ball, they're on Chiefs' half.
Right.
Every time when Chiefs trying to play, they're trying to play one long one to Nokovic, and there's less support to be around it.
Okay. Well, guys, we're currently running a first goal scorer competition. Very simple. Let us know. Who do you think will be the first goal scorer? If you name the player, we'll send a gig of data your way. Okay. So whether that be in our chats on YouTube, or if you're streaming us from Twitter, you can then use the hashtag #FranWatchalong. But as it stands right now, it is more pressure being exerted by Al Ahly. Pretty much just looking for a chink in the armor of Kaizer Chiefs, but very, very patient. You can see the experience here. They're not letting the occasion get to them. They're just playing their game and looking for that opening. But credit must be given to Chiefs. They've been resolute so far, but that was always going to be the hallmark, Tim, of a Stuart Baxter side. We saw bits of it in the last game where they were very defensive and were literally hanging, on for dear life with a very good defensive performance. But it's going to have to be a bit of both here tonight.
Look, they are very organized. One thing I've picked up is Baxter has not allowed his centre halves to move out to try and cover, right or left full back.
Right.
They have remained very compact, very organized in the middle. So Al Ahly is trying their level best to try and get those short passes in between that. That's why we don't have a score as yet, because the centre halves have been, very disciplined in sitting back, and then you have got the shield of Katsande, and then you have got Parker. Parker is the one who is willing to get off to try and go and delay that pass. So for now, it's working very well. Now, my worry will be if that pass from the wings start now cutting off the center halves, there will be a problem. But for now, as it stands, Al Ahly is playing well, but then for the effort of Kaizer Chiefs, they need to try and get a goal to their advantage. Then it will be very difficult for Al Ahly to play their normal game. For now, they are playing under pressure to get that goal. And if Al Ahly gets a goal, we know Pizzo, he was going to park the bus and wait them to try and attack, and then
Pick
have
them
that on the counter-attack and punish them. Yeah.
Well, and the other thing about Al Ahly, we need to give them credit. I mean, this is their 14th finals, in CAF Champions League. I mean, which says a lot. They are used to this tournament, and with Pizzo, you know, he always want to score first. You know, he always want to score first. But for now, you know, we're talking about 37 minutes. You know, Al Ahly have made 16 crosses from both sides. You know, which, I mean, you know, that's their strength. You know, from the left side they make 10, which, I mean, that's their most strong side. You know, from the left side. So I mean, so far, Kaizer Chiefs have dealt with the situation. You know, credit must be given to Cardoso and Moto for this time, because, I mean, mostly Moto, he was heading a lot of balls out, and he's not heading the ball straight, he's heading them side, which is a good thing. But my worry is just for Frostler there, because I'm really worried about his defending now in terms of his body shape, because he's a right-footed player playing left back. So whenever I want to clear the ball, he needs to turn around and clear the ball with his right foot, you know, which is a little bit dangerous, because if you have a player coming from the right side, you know, on your blind side, and you don't see him in time and trying to clear the ball, and he put his body there, he's gonna be a problem, you know.
Actually, Frostler is comfortable on both legs,
but you have to make.
But it's one of those few players who can play left and right comfortably.
Effectiveness in terms of the Champions League, he is from the right side. He gives more crosses. For this game so far, there's no cross.
Yeah, but
which is disadvantage to Kaizer Chiefs.
You should know the opposition.
Yeah,
the opposition we are playing Al Ahly compared to any other opposition. So you're not most likely going to have those chances to go upfield to make those crosses.
No, they'll have, because you see what happened now. Nokovic is going to the right side most of the time. We're supposed to be on the box. If you see the corner kick, the throw in the gut, now he went to the right side. He's supposed to be in the first class, supposed to be the one going forward to do those crosses. So now Kaizer Chiefs are disadvantaged themselves now, because there's no balance. With Firstly, haven't done any cross. It's 38 minutes now. There's no cross.
Now let me tell you. Let me explain you what you're saying now. They know that if Nokovic stays central, then that's his threat, right? So what they have planned is simple. If their tactic was working, this is what it will come about. Nokovic goes to cross the ball, and that's where you're going to have Parker as a late arriver. So when he arrives late, that's when he's going to finish. It means that he's going to take out those central defenders who are trying to keep an eye on Nukovic.
But that team, who is more dangerous? Is Nokovic or Parker? We are saying that Kaizer Chiefs, for them to get to the finals, their opportunity. But where the goals come from the right side, which is Frostler. He can even cross with Galvin. He used to cross before the halfway line. The goal they score against in Morocco there. Yeah, the one knee is the one knee.
Yeah,
from the right side. But control and hit it. So you need to play to your advantage. This is one leg
to your strength.
Yeah, to your strength. And for a very long time, this is the third time.
Yeah,
this is the third time they're playing. One leg final. You know, normally you have the both legs.
Right.
But this is the third time in the history of the CAF Champions League they're playing one leg final, which suits Kaizer Chiefs. It's a one-off.
Yeah.
But going to the extra time, that's where you need them now to bring their energy out in terms of the rest they have gotten. But in the final, you need to play to your strength, because it's one-off thing. So if you're strong in your right side, use it to your advantage. But never take away Al Ahly's strength, which is a win.
Okay.
But now you can switch both sides.
It becomes an advantage to a certain opponent. So now your opponent is Al Ahly, who is not giving you that advantage. So now what you're going to do in this moment in time is try to do damage control first and foremost. That is to try and not concede, which they have done so well. Now, like I'm explaining to you that with Packers doing that shadow work of defending and willing again to try and add on to the attack, it serves well, because in the planning of Pitso, he knew that Nokovic is one of their dangerous strikers. So now what he's doing is simple. Get these central defenders out of that central defensive position, because when you're going to have to score goals, you have to score them from the middle of the goal. So Nukovic creates that gap, then you're going to have Parker coming in, the likes of Mashane also getting in. So that is very important. It has not really worked out. That's how I'm insisting. If they have a chance to have delay onto the ball in the middle of the park, spread it out, then it will have the likes of Nukovic and Parker having the energy and the legs to get it.
Team, what I'm trying to say to you is where the goals, majority of the goals of Kaizer Chiefs is coming from is from the right side. Nukovic is the most dangerous player of Kaizer Chiefs. Parker haven't scored. I don't know when he scored last for Kaizer Chiefs in the CAF Champions League. So where are you going to defend for the whole 90 minutes? No. because if you defend, you're putting yourself under pressure.
Right.
We're trying to say the best way to defend is to attack. So for Kaizer Chiefs to get something in this game, they need to attack Al Ahly more, because they can't be defending for the whole 90 minutes. That's on that cross coming to the box.
Beautiful
again.
one. Yeah?
You said Moto, I think for me, at this moment now, he has done so well in terms of how he defends the ball. He doesn't defend the ball. He's a center back. He will tell your team, you don't defend the ball straight to the middle. You make sure you go side so that at least the ball can come in again, you can defend. But because if you defend it through the middle, it can be a shot, it can be a deflection, so many things happen there. But credit to Akwe there, the getting the cross again, the second ball. But yeah, Kaizer Chiefs, the attacking badges. There's not that consistent attack like the way Al Ahly is doing.
I'm not impressed though.
By who?
By Chiefs. Chiefs have got lost lot of numbers in the middle.
Yeah.
But still, you have a Al Ahly team that is breaking the lines. They're still playing through the middle while they pack the middle. So you have bodies there. You don't have players. You got bodies only, because you cannot. Those lines cannot be broken. How are those lines broken when you have an overload in the middle?
That's the biggest challenge is when you are pressing. It's the angles under which you do that. So I think Chiefs is allowing that through ball. Which is not. It's not to their advantage. If they can cut that out, then they stand a chance. Because I'm having a look at Mohamed Sharif coming deep and receiving a ball from a center half, from a right back. That's very dangerous. It shouldn't happen.
Half space, yeah.
And then I would love Parker, not to be everywhere at this moment.
Yeah.
Is one player you are seeing.
The legs are gonna go.
His interest, to get in those areas, his drive and passion to get in there is too much. He needs to be managed so that his advantage is used. You look at Kaizer Chiefs players are all
this is
coming
what I'm
back,
talking
running
about
back.
again. Another line's been broken. 3 players.
But
pass in between.
But you see the thing, and the other thing about you, Kevin, we acknowledge this in terms of how they balance. You see, Bloom is playing more on the right side to help Rama there.
Look at the formation now. How is it set up? And then you tell me.
You see.
Explain that to us for those people who can't see.
Now, I'm saying with Chiefs and then them having Parker in the middle and also having Blom, Jabulo, right? And still you have Katande. But you're still finding passes that are going they're going in between them. That is breaking the lines. So there's a deeper pass that is coming from a central position of Al Ahly, still goes through to Sharif, who's coming on the second line, who's dropping into the half spaces. How? Again, another one. This is what I'm talking about.
But you see a scenario like in terms of where Kevin is saying that this pass is going in the middle.
Yeah.
Because they play,
this one you try to eliminate. Force the action to go wide. That's the reason why you pack the middle.
I think there's one person in the striking department there in terms of the left side or the right side is not doing his job. Because when a center back, as Kevin said, one of the center back of Al Ahly is playing the midfield now. They're overpowering Kaizer Chiefs there. And they have, these are quality players.
Yeah.
They can make passes with their eyes closed. I just think, the defensive shape of Kaizer Chiefs in terms of Kasande, Parker, and Bloom, which is a little bit like they're playing 3 in midfield there, but they're a little bit wide apart. They are worried more on helping the left back and the right back. They are not closing the middle. So because you know that Al Ahly, they're very strong on the wings, they don't want to give them that space to cross.
Right.
But you need to close the middle because the middle is more dangerous because they're going straight to your goals.
This is another game where you're going to find Al Ahly now, while they are being frustrated. So what they're going to try and do now, they're going to try and bully Chiefs. You have seen now on the first action, they're going to try and
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's lucky there.
Is that
no?
I mean, does VAR?
I'm hoping VAR is not functioning.
No, it's functioning in this game.
No, I'm hoping it's not functioning because if it's
Because
functioning
that's
and there's a look, that's a straight red. It will not be on the field. He's a lucky boy.
I think if that doesn't get reviewed,
if VAR is not reviewed, then that's a huge escape, for Kaizer Chiefs.
Kosi fans, what do you think? I mean, that looked like it could possibly a red. I mean, we don't know just yet. So it would seem that was I wonder at this point whether they review it, but it seems like the referee's
Yeah, I
decision.
think
Yeah.
the ref is still on the they're still on the ear.
No, Coach Pitts has not seen that because if he had petitioned,
Yeah, he would have lost his mind. VIR are
Yeah.
checking.
Oh, that's a red card.
There is a check, folks. It could be
It's a game changer.
Possible red.
a possible red here, folks. It's been a yellow card. It could be upgraded. The ref is gonna go have a
Not
look
sure.
at the screen. He's not sure. But this on the stroke of halftime, folks, could be exactly what Kaizer Chiefs don't need, but will have, I guess, the benefit of halftime to prepare for. And that freeze frame that shows the studs flat on the ankle of the player. Ugh.
He's not a lucky boy.
Yeah,
he has to
it's
work.
not good. It's not looking good.
He has
It's
to work.
not looking good.
And that's late. Could have
Unfortunately,
delayed it.
he
There we go.
has
That's a
to
late
work.
tackle. Ugh. I think that yellow card is about to be upgraded. We'll let you know in a sec.
I think again, what consistent to a red card, the ref will first look is the challenge malicious, was the intentions to get the ball or to get the man,
Yes.
and
it
then
was.
this is how they're gonna make up their
Let's
decision.
see, Calvin.
You know,
Let's see what's going to happen here. I think it might end up being a red card.
it's a red.
What is it?
It's a red card.
Is it a red card? Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's a red.
It's a red card. Kaizer Chiefs are down to 10 men on the stroke of half time. Happy Mashiani.
He's not happy anymore.
Yeah,
I can
that
tell you.
is, yeah. I mean, I guess some people would say, with the youngsters, this is why maybe a Bruce didn't start in goal, is that you
But I
put
think-
them in such clutch situations and, maybe the lack of experience.
For me, there's two things that happened there. Okay, the feed might be wet, but he went. No, I'm just. No, wait. Let me go to my point. He went with the wrong foot in terms of. I think it's just a rush of blood, but he's a left-footed player. He went with the wrong foot to
Yeah.
tackle. You see what happened there? He was late. You understand? And he went with the right foot to tackle instead of his left foot.
Right.
And you remember, if you can see the other player trying to pass, is a right-footed player trying to pass
The
across.
solution,
So
Greg, is one.
Guide
Guide the player to the side. Don't take it.
Stay on your
was late.
feet.
Stay
He can't
on
guide
on your
him there.
feet.
No.
He lose the ball. You
Push
remember,
him to the side.
Before the ball,
Push the
before
player
the
on
ball
the
went away
side.
from him.
Etafia,
So
You're
he
going
cannot push.
Etafia.
He's trying to defend from the front.
No, your
He's
recovery
trying to
should
defend from
be
the front.
block the middle. That's the
Go
game.
back to that scenario.
Etafia.
He lost the ball.
Okay.
He's trying to defend from the front, but he used the wrong foot. You
Etafia.
see, if he used his left foot, he
Etafia.
could have been
Listen.
normal
But
tackle.
all I'm saying, Itafia, as a player, you just guide the player, let the player. It's less dangerous if he's going on the line. He was going wide.
Calvin.
But it's in the middle of the pack. Eh?
No, but it's not
Yeah, in the-
dangerous.
in the middle of the park
but
there.
that's not dangerous. You are in the middle of the park.
Where
in
do
the
we
center.
start? Where do we start our
No.
defense from?
No.
Where do you start your defense?
But look
from?
at the
From
numbers.
the up front.
Yeah, but
Okay.
look at the numbers. They don't have the numbers to press up
For
front.
me, he's trying to help the team,
Ah,
but he went wrong.
Those
Yeah, I
Silva
guess
is great.
that's one way to see it,
Yeah.
Greg. But Okusalayo, there's 10 men now that Chiefs have to play against
it would have
11
been
of
easy money.
Al
10,
Ali.
10 men are more dangerous.
Let's see if that's the case
This
today.
one is a Kaizer Chiefs fan.
Okay, so it's
No.
0-0 at halftime,
Leave the
folks.
Kaizer Chiefs fan.
We're going to take a short little break like they've done in Sela. We're going to take a short little break and then we'll come back for the second half. Thank you so much for sticking with us here on YouTube. We'll be back in a few moments' time. You can keep us on in the background and you'll hear our voices when we pop back on. See you just now.
Team, leave Kaizer Chiefs.
And we're back, folks, just in time for the second half in Sela. And it looks like Biliat is coming into the frame.
Hey.
Just to let you know that there's also been a change on the side of Al Ali, so they're also looking to change things up. Yeah, Tim?
Yeah, I think that's a brilliant call to bring Kama on the field of play. You have got the likes of Parker who can pick him up.
Yeah.
So the shape of the team is good. So you're bringing a player in who has got everything to lose in this game. This is a game that makes him or breaks him.
There we go.
I'm sure Kaizer Chiefs can benefit from it.
And he comes in for Ngobo as the second half is now underway. Still 0-0, but Mashiane now leaving Kaizer Chiefs a man light. And now it's a case of what Al Ali will do with that one-man advantage, even though Greg Atafia reckons that 10 men can still do it.
Yeah, I feel so, because what you have Pizzo on the bench there, which is a very clever coach. There's some teams that to relax, they feel like they have 11 players, one become lazy or two become lazy, and you have 10 players that put more energy because now they need to put, for Billard to go in now, I think, with his pace, and he hasn't played for a long time. As teams say, we have everything to play for. So I think it's very important for him to chase. You have to chase lost calls. You have to try to close the two center back.
If Billiard is to chase last calls.
Well, this is what I was wondering. Is that he?
No. I mean, he haven't played Billiard. I can't remember.
No, for now.
So you're saying that he must use his legs to be a defensive?
No.
He needs to
control. It is to the advantage of Kaizer Chiefs players to get the ball more to Kama Billiard. To get him into the game. Yeah. He has not been playing for long.
Yeah.
So the more he gets more onto the ball, it will benefit Kaizer Chiefs.
That's not the excuse. For him to play in the finals, his feet, he need to chase. He need to chase lost calls. He need to chase everything. He needs to help the team. They need him more. As you say, he has everything to play for.
So they need him defensively or attacking.
They need him both sides.
Both sides.
Both sides.
He can't be the luxury player he usually is.
Guys.
And you see the other.
But that's not going to work.
That's what.
That's not going to work.
Chiefs cannot build from the back now. That's
They have not been building from the back.
Yeah, but now they have to play a route one because now they need Nokovic to flick it for Billiard to get.
There's a goal.
They need Nokovic. They need to play a route one to get Nokovic to flick it for Billiard to run to the ball. That's what you need.
But they're outnumbered.
They're outnumbered.
Yeah,
so
but
you need to play percentage football. Now you get the throw-in, you get the corner kick, you get the set piece.
Ooh.
So that's what
that's down there.
Parker, different class,
Well
boy.
done,
That's
Parker.
why he's the captain. That's why he doesn't never give up. He never give up. Different coaches come to Kaizer Chiefs this season, and he's still playing.
Yeah.
There's something that he's doing right.
For sure. No, that's a good point.
For me, there's something that Kaizer Chiefs need to do and do well. Yeah. That's to try and trust their ball players with the ball.
There's no ball player there.
No.
Who is the ball player there?
Are we watching
the only one? No, the only one that can play is Ngobo is out.
No.
No.
Who can pass the ball?
No.
Okay. I mean, we're talking about
Let's share with you the knowledge of who can pass the ball. One, you have got Parker. Two, you have just put in Billiard. The reason why
you mean pass here. Everyone can do that. I can do that. I'm talking about killer pass. To give Nokovic to go score, to give Billiard killer pass.
But
that's why you have the Dr. Kumalo.
How is he gonna
Those days for Dr.
Kumalo get killer pass
give,
when he's playing on the halfway line?
No, because they're short. You have to hit.
Yeah, but now why are you asking for killer passes?
No,
then?
he says that he needs players now that can pass.
No, he's saying let's trust the players that are there to play on their strength. That's all he's trying to say.
Let me tell you something.
So when they play on their strength, like first half, they could have done a better job by trying to circulate the ball and keep it more.
Which other player there can?
There were 11 players that were there. Must I mention them? We all have the starting lineup.
Everyone has his own department.
No, it's
Kasande,
not department.
You don't want Kasande to jump Parker to go and pass the ball.
You're not understanding what I'm saying.
No, Kevin, I'm understanding what I'm watching. You can't say I'm not understanding what you're saying.
Yes,
I can't understand what you're saying. I'm watching football here. What I'm trying to say to you, Everyone in this Kaizer Chiefs team,
Yeah.
they has their own duty.
You're
You
talking
have
about
defender.
which half now?
No,
First
I'm
half
talking.
or this half?
No, you're talking about both halves.
No,
you're talking about
no.
both
You
halves.
see,
you say
you're not
they
listening.
need to pass.
Don't answer. Let
no,
me finish.
I must answer you. Why must I answer you? You said don't answer. I was quiet for you,
relax,
and we're watching the same football.
Wait,
no, they have to play to their strengths.
No, wait.
They have to play their strengths.
Wait. Let me make my point.
Okay, make
Let me
your
make my
point.
point.
Okay, make your point.
We're talking about ball players that can play the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
okay?
you're talking about
No,
from
wait.
A to B.
Let
Can
him
you
finish his
relax?
point.
Can
Let him
you
finish
relax?
his point.
Don't boil over.
No.
Relax.
You can't tell me to
relax.
make your point. I will
Relax.
make your point and make my point. No,
Relax.
we're watching the same game.
No, wait. But you're
Yeah.
not analyzing it the same way.
No, you
I'm
analyze
saying,
your own point.
Yes.
Your own point. I'm analyzing different way.
Yes.
So you can't force me to
That's
to
fine.
understand
He's
your
not
own
forcing
side.
you, but just
Yeah.
say what your point is, Cal.
Are you
No,
listening?
say your point.
That's
Yeah.
come a
Say your
billiard
point.
on the ball.
I'm
That's what
saying-
we're saying. One
I'm saying-
extra touch on the ball. in
I'm
those
saying
areas.
to you is,
Yeah.
first half, they had 11-11, right?
Yeah.
Which is, it was their chance to play the game.
Mm.
So, but they didn't play the game the way they were supposed to play because they were trying to play every pass that they'll get, they'll lose the ball. So they were even trying to play from a second ball, which didn't work.
Kevin.
Now they are, can you listen?
No, Kevin.
Can you
are
listen?
saying something.
Can you listen?
You're supposed
Can
to
you
play.
listen?
They have a game plan.
Can you
they
listen?
have a game plan. You are talking about your own, what you want to
Let me make
watch.
my point. No, let me make my point.
Okay,
He's making an observation.
Okay.
I'm
Carry on.
saying to you, this is what was happening first half.
Okay.
What's going to be the difference now when they have a lesser man down? I'm saying it's not going to help to play from a second ball when Nokovic is receiving the ball from the halfway line. And already they're going to be outnumbered because still Ali's players are more at the back defensively. So meaning he's going to chase what ball? Because how many times they got into the box first half? Less chances where they got chances where they're threatening Al Ahly. That's why they pushed one player in the middle. So now with them one man short, all we are trying to say is let them try and retain the ball more and try to move players up more so that they can support those players who are up
Are you
front.
talking about Kaizer Chiefs to move the ball more or to keep the ball more to support to get the ball to Billiat?
For you to get into the half of Hali,
no,
you need to keep the ball. Can't play route one. It's not going to work.
I mean,
You're giving them the ball if you're doing that.
basically, for first half, they were defending more than Alali. Now they are short with one.
Yeah.
What they bring Billiat in. For me, my understanding, Billiat coming in is for Nokovic. He should get the route one. Nokovic to flick in.
Flip for who?
To Billiat
No.
to run to the
Oh,
ball.
yeah.
So
What
Nokovic,
are you-
okay,
what are you saying?
Nokovic,
No ways. No
Nokovic,
ways.
Nokovic.
Now let me tell you
What is his strong point?
Itafia,
Wait. Nokovic, his strong point. Where is his strong point?
He's
on the
gonna flip
feet.
for who?
No. He's in the feet or
He's
in the
gonna
head?
flip for
No,
who?
Billiat.
Where is
Guys,
Billiat
guys.
playing now?
Billiat is gonna play all over the
Guys,
place.
guys.
I know.
you are undermining the ability of Nukovic. Nukovic is both good in
In the air and also
on his
can
feet.
play.
Now, what informed the decision of the coach to bring Billiat, in my view,
Yeah.
is to have a player who can have extra touches on the ball, draw Al Ahly players to him, and create spaces for the likes of Parker, Nukovic. Now, if that succeeds, it will work for them.
Okay.
Now, when you talk of a flick, I can assure you,
Yeah.
the distances are so huge.
Yes.
There is
Okay,
no way the likes of
See,
Billiat will find
let me give you a
Nukovic.
point now. Now Kaizer Chiefs are defending more in their half.
There we go, folks. And that is the opening goal, 53 minutes into the game.
What a finish.
So Kaizer
And
Chiefs are defending-
yeah, a
you see-
simple
you see-
chippity chip.
Kaizer Chiefs are defending more in their half. They cannot come out from their half.
No, let me
how
tell
they-
you.
how they go
the
out. They
problem,
can't build out.
no,
They can't
Itafia,
build.
the problem is simple, and I will.
Greg.
Calvin raised this issue. As long as you can allow that killer pass, look at that
I'm
pass.
telling you.
Because
look
they are
at
not-
it.
Let's
No.
watch the goal, guys.
No.
Let's watch the
It's
goal.
the blinds that are broken that I kept on telling you about.
No one is placing the man with the ball.
Yeah.
It's just
The-
numbers that are
The
there.
dangerous person on the ball is not
So,
the runner.
now-
It's the person with the ball.
I spoke
Place
about
him.
the line.
Team,
I
what are you
spoke about
saying
the
now?
line.
They are
I
short
spoke
10
about the
men.
line.
No,
There's
No,
not
it's
one
not
man.
about 10 men.
They're short about one.
No,
man.
no, no, no.
Let's
How
start
do you get off?
happening
How
now,
do you
Greg.
get off
No,
that?
But
No,
Greg,
no.
Greg,
Yeah.
this is what was happening in the first
Yes.
half.
Yeah.
And I
The
pointed
same
it
thing
out.
of that you can have the bodies, but if no one is going to engage, those are who are looking to
So
pass.
now,
No.
Kabza, you're short with one
No,
man. And
no,
you're
no.
not
We are
even
not
doing
talking-
it. You're not doing
Okay.
it with
Let me
level
try to
men.
explain to
So
Itafia.
what do you do now?
Itafia, let me tell you.
I hear you.
No,
No,
wait
no.
first. I want to don't
you are
answer to
hearing
answer
him
me.
wrongly.
I'm hearing him
No,
in saying that.
And I won't allow that.
Okay, let's carry on.
And I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Ethiopia wants us to go with the escape route
No.
of claiming they are short.
Yeah.
No.
You're short. It's
No,
fact.
no,
It's
no,
there.
no, no,
It's
no.
there.
Wait.
You mean that they're
My friend.
11-11?
No,
Football,
they're not. We
they're
know
short.
that.
Football is the only profession where we can see you and judge what you are giving us.
Yeah.
Now, before that ball is passed,
Yeah.
they have got about 7 players behind the ball.
Are you
So
talking
what are you
about?
talking about? Short
What are you
in
talking
what?
about? We are talking about getting to Al Ahly.
No, no,
How
no,
did
no,
you
no.
get there?
We are
We are talking about
Don't
how do you
confuse
get
the
there?
statement.
So what?
Don't
What?
confuse-
No,
Ethiopia.
Kevin, don't
confuse the
be
statement.
jumping. Kevin, say one thing and stick with
Ethiopia,
that.
Ethiopia.
Don't be saying one
Ethiopia.
copy statement.
Ethiopia.
I'm making my point.
Ethiopia.
Yeah, which
You are
point
making your
is
point. I'm not agreeing with your point.
Which point
You
is
must convince me
Which
to
point?
agree. I'm saying that for Kaiser Chiefs playing against
I-
Al Ahly,
I
Al
don't-
Ahly
I-
get
I-
more possession.
I've already
Al Ahly,
convinced you
no,
first half.
no,
I've already
you didn't
convinced
convince
you
me.
Look,
first
the man
half.
with the ball.
Where-
The man with the ball.
see,
There's
no pressure, no pressure.
There's no pressure with
No
the man
pressure.
on the ball. Look, the man
Al
with the ball.
Ali have so much
the
time
man
on the ball.
can pass a short, long, diagonal, any if he so wishes.
Yeah.
First half, I've
as long as
explained
the
this.
man, as long as the
First
man
half,
with the
I've
ball,
explained
yeah.
it. I've
as
explained
long as
it
the
clearly.
man with the ball.
They have more numbers.
No.
They're 11 against 10.
No.
You need to defend.
No.
Defend what?
Okay.
So they must attack.
Defend what
They
now?
must attack.
Now what are
Ethiopia.
they defending
No,
now?
you must attack.
What
No,
are they
okay.
defending now?
They can get a chance.
Ethiopia,
What
let
are
me
they
say.
defending?
They are defending.
Ethiopia.
They want to keep the game longer. So if they can get a set piece,
Ethiopia.
they can get. They can
What are
get
the chances
anything.
of getting a set piece when
There's
they're
chances.
not jumping the
They-
halfway
now
line?
they are going there. They are there now. They are there in the halfway
Yeah,
line.
Are
They
you
are there
saying-
in the halfway
No,
line.
no.
Let's
And
see, guys. Let's see. It's first good spell here from Bilya kind of trying to influence the game, but yet again, Al Ali doing very well to tidy up.
Greg,
So
I
that's
see
Greg.
my
up in
other
the
point.
bud.
Let's leave that point. The
Greg,
other point,
okay.
the other
Greg,
point is
Greg,
Fasla there.
Greg.
I think Kaiser Chiefs for
Greg.
him to play from the left side.
Yeah.
I think I mean.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at
Greg.
so much space.
Greg.
Look at this. Could it be a second goal? And
Greg,
it's,
this
good
is what I'm
defending
this
there
is what
from
I'm
Rama.
saying, Greg. I'm saying the game plan is if they could have got the ball into more to Bilal and hold on to it, and then you have your Nekovic. I'm saying, not we, I am saying,
Yeah.
my observation is
Yeah.
that it can help the team to at least come out from the blocks from the back.
How do you
'Cause
get there? You tell me how do you get
wait,
there?
I'm
No,
explaining it to you, Jay.
you are saying I can't say wait. Tell me how do you get there? I want to know how do you get there.
No,
Finish.
I'm
No,
giving
look.
you face by face. That's
Oh,
what I'm
okay,
trying to do.
okay.
I'm saying the reason why Billiard is there is a ball player and Nekovic. For the flick, I'm not agreeing with you with that, with the flick. The reason why I'm saying that is when they play the ball to Kama or they play to Nekovic, it's for him to hold and allow Parker to come and join the attack and get the players to move on top of Akbey's box.
Okay.
Because all those players are sitting on top of Akbey.
What,
Now
So now-
again,
now we
the
got- we
goal
have
was
it.
scored, and first half, Greg, I spoke about this. They're playing in between the lines. There's so many bodies, but there's still ball that are penetrating through.
I'm-
where we saw
I'm watching.
Sharif going to receive in the half.
We are having Nokovic sitting down,
Mhm.
getting a knock. I'm sure that's a very big blow.
So you have
you have a first. You're
Yeah.
gonna have a first substitution. Castro comes into mind.
Yeah.
So for me, it will mean that Kamabirian leads the line, and Castro, because he has been playing, drops deep. But for me, Al Hatley scoring a goal changes the dynamics.
Yeah.
Because now you're gonna you are forced to request the likes of Frosler to try and adventure up.
Yeah.
When Frosler try to adventure up, you're gonna have Cardoso trying to cover him.
Yeah.
Matoho moves that side.
Yeah.
Maperera, that explains that other pass that was a free control, but Pereira recovered well
Ash.
to defend. So for me, it's one of the biggest. Now this is why I call the player intelligence.
Yeah.
Where players now on the field of play have to now try to design something outside the coach's plan to say, listen, we are sitting back to defend so deep, but now we are losing.
Yeah.
What can we do? How can we risk it and try to move forward? Try to get into that. But now what is happening is when you see Al Hatley losing the ball on
Yeah.
attack,
The
Kaizer
substitute against
Chiefs has got about 8 players.
Yeah.
You've got about 8 players, defending. They will never join the attack.
I think
it's a big ask.
I think Sheriff, we elected Sheriff, as the danger man of Kaiser Chiefs of Al Ahly. I think he has proven the points again. For him scoring the goal, I think he's really in top form. The last game the Al Ahly play in the league game, he scored 2, and I hope there's going to be only 1 goal he's going to score today, so that Kaiser Chiefs can get equalizing goal, because we need.
They've just thrown a gay on. Do you think they're going to get an equalizing goal?
You see, the only strong point I can feel they can get something is from set piece.
Right.
Yeah, for them to get
But
from
set
that
pieces
side,
from open play. Yeah.
So for open play, it's going to be very difficult.
Right.
But for them to get to that place now with this point in second half, he's going to bypass the midfield. And
They
get
put
to the
another
half for that side
defender
there.
again.
I mean, this is the criticism that some people have had of Kaiser Chiefs, is that, they'll look at that starting 11 and they'll count that the majority, 6 or 7, are defensive-minded players. Do you think that's a fair criticism, or is it just the coach working with the tools that he has?
I think we need to move away with working with the tools that we have, put the right structure in a way that it's going to put the game into... Is going to put Ali into the back foot. They have players that can deliver. They are not here by mistake. This is a final. This is not like where it's round robin or 16. It's a final.
Yeah.
So for them to be here, there's something that they did well to eliminate all the other teams. So if you set up well according to not being fearful, because they came into this game defensively,
right.
You could see from the first whistle. Now again, it comes into question now what we are seeing. One point that I've touched on is the management. Management of this game. It's a recovery, rest time between games, and high level of freshness and low fitness. Chiefs at this time, they are low on fitness. Ali at this time, they are rested, which they are rested in a way, but they have high match quality, which means players can still maintain the high level of quality in the game of play. So for us to always have the escape route of saying we're trying to protect a coach by saying he's working with what he has, this is the final. This is a make or break. Put your best foot forward and see what comes out.
For me, there's too much respect. I love seeing this boy on the ball. His thinking is beyond his teammates. And that's one of the biggest problems that you have with this team of Kaiser Chiefs. He thinks way faster than his teammates. His thinking is so high. So now, how in this point in time, are you going to be in these areas? Because for me, Kama Billiard is forward thinking.
Right.
Now, you have got to have those players surrounding him to try and benefit from that thinking. You understand? Now, Nukovic holds on to the ball.
Sorry, that was a long ball, and Nukovic couldn't hold the ball, and they attack again.
No. He held on to the ball.
And the ball is there.
No. Now let me explain.
So where's the ball?
Let me explain to you.
He lost the ball.
No, let me tell you something. This is the problem.
We're watching the same soccer.
Okay.
They play a long ball to him. He tried to control. He lost the ball.
Okay.
The same thing.
Let me ask you something.
But when you were the one who was saying play the long ball.
That's what I'm trying to say. I say their escape route.
No,
I'm saying their escape route is for them to play long one. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
You guys are saying that they must play out.
Okay, now
I'm saying.
Wait.
My point, Kevin. My point
There's a reason Nukovic has lost that ball.
They are short now.
I get you.
Billiard come in.
I get you.
So
I'm saying Billiard now. We just saw the action.
Yeah.
There were 4 or 5 players on him. He still kept the ball.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
now,
Billiard.
we're just watching.
Billiard.
This is now, it allowed what? Katsande.
Yeah.
Katsande was on the ball, then he lost the ball.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Then they played it back. Kama Billiard, when they passed him, he held the ball.
Kevin, let me go back to my point.
Yes, okay.
I
Let me
say
finish
play
this
a
one.
long one.
Let me finish this one.
Okay.
Let me finish this one. He held on into the ball.
Yeah.
He had 4 or 5 players around him.
Yeah.
Which it created spaces for the other midfielders to join the attack.
Yeah.
And then he passed Katsande, and then Katsande lost the ball.
Yeah.
Then they played the long one to who?
Yeah.
To Nukovic. And then now he lost it. But Billiard is ahead of Nukovic. Right?
Now,
which is up front. He didn't flick the ball.
Yeah.
Right? He did not flick the ball.
Okay.
Why
Billiard
did
or Nukovic?
Nukovic, he didn't flick the ball.
Yeah.
He tried to hold it and he
Yeah.
lost it. Right?
Let me tell
Which
you why
is
he
what
lost
they're
the
trying
ball.
to do.
Yeah, what I'm
Yes.
trying to say to you, the same point I'm saying to you, Kevin. Nukovic's strong point is the head.
No.
In terms of long ball.
It is an exaggeration.
You wait. Let me give you my points now.
Yeah.
Wait first. You give Billiard, he
Look at this,
controls
look at
it.
this.
Billiard and Nukovic are different players. They give Billiard the ball. They gave the ball.
Oh, there we go. Second goal for Al Ahly. In the
Finish your
64th
point,
minute.
Etafia.
No, the point Kevin was making now.
Yikes.
They play long ball too, billiards.
Guys, okay,
he control it.
can we try at least describe the goal for the people? I will get back to
I'll
your point.
describe the
People
goal.
are missing out on the football because we're talking all around except to the game, guys. Can we let's go through this goal?
I can see my
I can
producer
tell
so
you,
happy in the back.
the way to describe the goal was what? Al-Ahly has realized that Chiefs are trying to push up.
Yeah.
Now they are bypassing the play, which is they are playing on the top. They tried it the first time, it almost didn't work. They got into the box. Now they played a decent one behind. Now you can see the spaces and the covering, and that's a top finish on top of the box.
3v2. They didn't stand a chance. Rama's still trying to get back. Cardozo and Matoho. Yeah.
This should be a little bit of praise for Mato there. I think, he knows Mato could have a little bit,
they were outnumbered.
They were outnumbered, yeah.
But there's nothing they can do there. They were attacking and they were counter-attacking.
I'm shocked,
Etafia, what now? You're shocked what now?
Silenced by Mursi. Sharif and Mursi on the score sheet. 2-0 to Al-Ahly. Chiefs are a man down. There is 25 minutes to go. It's not looking
There's
good.
no goal. What are you shocked for? What are you shocked for, team?
When Etafia says he's applauding, but no, the goal has been scored.
Sorry? No, I can't hear what you say. What you say, team?
You're applauding Mado, but the goal has been scored.
No, what we're saying, what he should have done, he should have closed the taker of the
so
ball.
There's nothing to applaud him about.
No, he can correct that again. If he next opportunity, he can close it. So there's nothing there.
No.
You as a defender, you are a centre back.
Yes.
Are you gonna stand like that to guy to take a shot?
But
I'm just saying, you're laughing.
But I'm saying
this is a centre back, he get to the final. And you sitting there, you're laughing and saying, what must he do? What must he do in that scenario?
You're sitting here.
What must he do in that scenario?
Okay, guys.
He's supposed to close him there.
Okay. Let me tell you something.
No. Tell me what the centre back supposed to do.
You see, let me tell you.
Tell me what the centre back
was
supposed to do.
As a centre half, one in that position, you are not meant to chase the ball.
What are you supposed to do?
You're not meant to chase the ball. You stay on your feet and you try to direct the ball out of that position. Now, the advantage that he could have used, if I was myself, he succeeded in getting this. Is it Sheriff to pass the ball wide? It was very important to put his body for that ball never to come back in the middle to the finisher.
No, it was Cardoso. Cardoso fell. You remember the ball went to the right
Cardoso
side.
Did
Cardoso
well.
fell.
No, Cardoso did well because
he forced him to go.
He didn't go wide. The person that Cardoso stopped managed to play back the ball.
That's
in the middle.
Malian International.
So that's where it was very important for Mato not to allow that person to finish because Cardoso did the right thing. He didn't allow him to go on the right side where he was losing footing. So he did well. Now Mato was not supposed to have allowed that player, that is Sheriff, who passed wide to get that second ball to finish.
So what am I saying, Tim? Why are you laughing now?
No, you are saying you are applauding Mato.
No, I'm saying for the effort Mato came.
But the effort is effortless.
He's supposed I said no, it's not effortless. He came there. What he's supposed to do, he's supposed to close. I'm saying that he's supposed to close the guy, not to get a shot on target. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He went back. There was a gap there, and the striker can pick. He actually picked a top corner there. So I'm saying that Mato will come back. He came back. He's supposed to go front as a defender. You close. If you're 1 meter,
that was
one meter,
defending.
That
was
so. What is
defender?
Now you tell us now. Tell us what he's supposed to do. So you're supposed to approach to close him down or leave him there.
In the situation of Mato, there was no way he could get close to prevent that goal.
Right.
Okay.
Do you know why? Because in the first place, he allowed that playback. So what it happened that Mato was running to get back in his position, as opposed to coming back to defend the ball. That was the problem.
So
if he was to defend the ball, he would not bypass the goal scorer. He would have stayed within that person, and they would not have played him back the ball.
I think that situation have passed long time.
You see now, the one thing that is good now with Chiefs, only now they are trying to and play,
which is normal for a losing team.
You see, now they're putting an effort when they are 2 goals down, which is something that they could have done. Now, Mato, as you can see now, even tried to find Nokovic with that pass. They're trying to risk and play from the back. Why? They were overcautious on the first
You
half.
see,
But
And
it's
that
too
has
little too
caused
late,
it.
surely,
It's too
yeah.
little too late now, because now only then now they are trying to find the courage that they want to play.
now the goals
Why are they
gonna be-
giving in, or they just saying,
No,
okay, let's
you
just
see,
play?
This is what I would call player intelligence. You know, the coach will always set up the block, the structure of the team. So I would expect players to have that intelligence on the field of play during the course of action, to try to transmit what the coach has taught them. So the coach told them to have a combustive structure, but he didn't tell them to sit back. He was of the view that once you prevent those passes from being breaking those blocks, once you succeed in that, when you get the ball, try to attack. But the players were so nervous that they could not do that. So for me, the structure was there. We have seen it. They were able to resist for maybe 50 minutes. But again, what shows is that because Kaizer Chiefs has not been in action for a long time compared to Al Hartley, and this we raised it that it is going to affect them. They were using a lot of energy to defend in the first half, and now they are paying the price.
You have Al side that I was to say earlier. They played a lot of games before this. Before this finals, they've prepared. They haven't played a friendly game in Morocco too, and they prepare a lot. I think for me, first half, or you're talking about the Kaizer Chiefs defending.
Yeah,
they were doing it right in terms of what to contain Alali. But that red card was a turning point.
but I mean, what about the point that Calvin made, that as much as they were setting up the blocks with the numbers, the penetration wasn't stopping. It was still like passes coming through from Alali. This block that Timothy's referring to now was very ineffective in that first half. Yes, they didn't get a goal conceded, but they were breaching their lines. Alali had a lot of the ball and were able to recycle a lot of the ball.
Because if you look at the game now, what's happening is Kaizer Chiefs is falling into the trap of Al Hartley. Why? They are being adventurous to try and go and win the ball from Al Hartley, and they are going to punish them. Reason being that at this moment in time, more than ever, this is when they should even keep their shape. Because these guys are now trying to tease them around with the ball. They are going to force them to come and to win the ball. When they try to come and win the ball, they're going to punish them. So it's very important what they're going to do, because if you look at Nukovic and Kamabirian, they are going to be cut off by those players. Then they're going to get into Katsande, Parker, and is it Akumu, and then that block is going to be broken. At this moment in time, this is a very highly experienced team, the way they are playing about the ball. They have got a cushion of 2 goals, and they're just now passing around the ball. They are telling Kaizer Chiefs, if you think you are good, come and get the ball. When they try to come get the ball, they're going to punish them. Force them into making those fouls, take yellow cards. Another red card is going to happen, and then it's going to be a third goal.
I think Kaizer Chiefs doesn't lose their head in terms of, we saw Nukovic there now, I mean, you can't do that.
It's a given. It's a given. When a team toys with you like that and nobody puts pressure, you gotta do that.
Yeah, just
That's
to break up play.
The rhythm, yeah.
And you see now, Pitts has brought Dieng. That is Pitso in action. He safeguard the 2 goals.
Yeah.
You understand?
Which is now the jewels in the middle is going to be won by Ali now, by far.
Once he has brought Dieng in the middle of the park, he's 100% sure. He can shield the ball. He can do everything that he's very good at that. So what's going to happen is they're going to look for a cushion goal. And that cushion goal is going to come, For me, they need to get the ball to Birian. He's clever enough. If he can't move forward, he's going to cause a foul. If he's going to look for that pass. But they don't have the numbers up front. So they can't score goals.
There we go, going for the long ball. And
And the good thing about Alali, they didn't
not able
stop
to get there.
the crosses. What they started from the beginning of the game, they still continue, go wide, put the balls, and this experienced side, they have been in this situation for a very long time, and having a coach like Piso, they're blessed to have a coach like Piso, I think, and with a lot of international players in this Alali squad. Any team on the day, if they're on the form like the way they are now, they can beat any team.
The danger now, Greg, is this. Chiefs are trying to press.
You see, the same thing.
Gee whiz.
The same thing.
Okay. Al Ali literally now are toying with Kaizer Chiefs. Another goal, another overload situation where you have more attackers. It was a 2-on-2, then more numbers, but red shirts started coming back, which is not a good thing. And it's a third goal, folks. This is getting away from Kaizer Chiefs a little bit.
It is
for
away.
any football-loving person, a
Mm.
fanatic, whether you're a Kaizer Chiefs fan, more especially for the PSL teams and players,
It's
it's not
offside.
No,
offside.
it's not offside. It's
No.
the man on the other side who
It's
goes
not
for the
offside.
ball. He's not offside. It's well played.
You know, this is what is happening. Something you can learn from this Al Hatli team.
Look at that. Why is it red shirts that are back?
Even
You
the
see-
willingness.
you see-
Listen.
2v2 at the back.
And then more shirts arrive, but it's the other team.
For me, there's something if we're gonna learn about football, these guys are 2 goals ahead. No one is dancing on the ball. No one is toying with the ball.
Tactical.
Yeah.
You know what they are doing? They pass it's one touch moving.
Yeah.
They suck them in, one ball to the top.
Yeah.
There's no selfishness with the strikers. They share the ball. What a finish. It's a team goal.
Mm.
They're
Perfect.
checking on the VAR.
VAR is checking whether that goal will stand.
No,
It looked legitimate.
no, there will be madness if they call it for offside.
So, team, with that defending there, how did Cardoso need to solve that problem?
No, let me tell you, Tafia.
The whole team messed up.
No. Let me tell you something.
No, you
No,
want
messed up.
No, what I'm
No,
trying
no.
to say,
2v2.
you see
No.
When you say you have the ball,
No, guys.
ball is already in the box.
Let me
So,
tell you.
like, you see, the same thing we're talking about Cardoso.
Mhm.
Let me tell you something about defending.
Mato.
Cardoso, now the same thing he did, but there was a back flip. He went this side and he gave up.
No.
If a little
You
bit
see-
of effort could have done something.
Okay, let me tell you
I'm
something.
just saying that.
Okay.
A little bit of effort. There was not effort there.
No.
But I think you could have said that for all 3 goals.
Yeah.
Even that first one from
That's what-
Sharif.
Etafia.
They could have been,
Etafia.
even if you end up as an own
Etafia.
goal,
Yeah,
Matoho
but-
didn't
no,
even
no,
try to
no,
get
no.
a foot or
Yeah,
anything
no.
there.
With the third goal, take nothing away from Al Hatli.
Yeah, no, third goal. We're talking about the first one.
There was no chance.
This time they're shooting.
Let me
They're
tell you.
shooting every
No,
time.
No. For the third goal,
Yeah.
there was no chance for a defender to recover. Why? It was purely one touch. It was a nibble touch,
Yeah,
simple touch,
yeah.
finish and everything like that.
Because by the time you
So-
get there, the ball's already
Exactly.
moving.
So,
Yeah.
One, the fact that they allowed the ball over the top,
Yeah.
that was poor defensive
The
positioning. You know, so for me at this moment in time is to try and reduce the damage so that you don't concede 4 goals in the finals or 5 goals in the finals. But if you look at the clock,
It's plenty of time.
I'm telling you,
Can you see now, Greg?
Plenty
They are
of
playing
time.
now.
Pitso is gonna
Can you
tell
see
you
now?
no, but
Because you see,
see-
what's happened now? Al Ahly did that. They have 3 goals, and now they're pressing with 2, and the 2 they're not even pressing with full force. You understand? So there's not for me. I think the best option they could
Yeah.
have played Chiefs when they're the 1-man shot. You
Yeah.
see that turning point.
Right.
We must go back to that red card,
Mhm.
no,
which is very. Team, you say no.
Yes, I'm gonna tell
So
you
you
why.
play 10 men, you still
Okay.
you feel you're playing. You're not playing
let me tell you.
Blue Fontaine Celtic.
Let me
here.
tell you.
You're playing
Jeez.
Al Ahly.
Let me
You
tell
understand?
Let me-
So
Ouch.
you playing them. You need to respect them.
You
You,
see-
need to play
You see,
percentage football
let me tell
where
you
you can
something.
get your
Let me-
goals.
Let me tell you something about defending.
Yeah.
Defending is not about the numbers you have behind the ball. Defending is all about to get those channels, dangerous areas
Yeah.
blocked,
And
Yeah.
close the angles.
so that those balls are not going into that.
Yeah.
Now, if you are a man down,
Mm.
it means going up front in an adventurous way cannot happen.
Yeah.
So that is gonna be happening on transition play when you are defending and then you win the ball and then you take that defensive approach into an attack.
Mm.
So you don't allow that block because you're a man down.
Mm.
Then it demands that your players are willing to offer 2 times 2 the effort, because you're a man down. Now,
Yeah.
as long as you allow that pass to block the first defensive block
Okay.
when you're a man down,
Yeah.
you are finished. Finished. Now, I'm against this reasoning, which is lay that we're a man down.
Yeah.
That is easy for anyone. to
No,
justify
but
why you're
it's the
losing.
fact there now.
No. Listen,
Kevin, you're a coach. You go to a game. You're shot 1 man down. Do you strategize your game plan, or you just leave it like that and play on and play like there's nothing happening? Depends on the opponent you're playing. If you're playing, like for instance, okay, you're a big side that have a lot of quality players. I'm talking about. Let me give you an example. What you're watching now, the Al Ahly game and Kaizer Chiefs. There's a big, quality-wise, there's big difference. You playing Al Ahly, you're short man down. It's like you have to be, you need to concentrate 100% because they have that quality that can pick a pass even when you're 11.
I'm just,
You understand what I'm trying to say? And moreover, now you are 1-man shot. They can do whatever they want to do because they have that quality. I don't know. if you're playing, you, Kevin, if you have a game like this, you are short one man down. What do? You keep it like that and open the game, or you
that's what I'm calling what you need. You need the likes of Kamabia on the field of play.
That was three goals up now. We need him when he was 0-0.
No, you see, let's look where credit is due. Kamabia is gonna be
where credit is where. I talk about Moto now coming back to change. You say no, his goal is already scored. He's 3-0 now. He's 3 now. 3-0 now. We don't want that. We want the goal.
You are giving
the same thing you say.
You are giving credit
when they score.
Just scored a goal.
Yeah, now we are 3-0. We don't need that now. We need a goal.
Al-Hatli has scored.
No, but he set up a set-piece situation.
Not even that. Yeah. Al-Hatli has scored.
And he's the one
then
that
you
keeps
give credit to a defender
longest.
who has failed to prevent that goal from going in. So where is your credit going to?
No. For the effort for him to come back. Cardoso give up. You saw a goal they score. Cardoso gave up. I'm like, no, Kamza, you're here.
No.
There's two things that happened in those two games. The second goal, we say Mato was supposed to press. But the third goal, what happened to the third goal?
No.
Cardoso, he just left the guy and said, my friend, you can have the back of the net. So put the effort.
Etafia. The third goal was a beautiful goal from Al-Hatli.
So you cannot make an effort?
No, it was it was one-touch football. There was no control, there was nothing. Yeah. You understand? It was a beautiful goal. So it's not about no. Every goal is beautiful. No.
As we watching this game, the most guy that is impactful now is Billiard. He's making so many fouls, he's giving Chiefs an opportunity that they can have a conversion, which is the set piece that you spoke about, Craig. Right?
Thank you.
Now, again, we spoke about Billiard and you're not listening to what I was saying to you. The more they have him on the ball,
saying that we're gonna have advantage to score set piece.
No, I'm saying what you said.
Okay.
This is not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I said to you, get him more on the ball, so then you're gonna have a scoring opportunity.
No goal, just to confirm, folks.
This is exactly what is happening now. They're having Billiard on the ball, and Billiard is clever. He gets into those positions where he's going to help the team to be more advantageous in a way where if they cannot score on open play, then the set piece will roll in. That's why we're saying him being in, it's advantage for Chiefs. They're trying to keep the ball now where they're going to get those set pieces.
You've got 8 players of Kaizer Chiefs behind the ball, but you are still toying around with them.
No pressure.
You are playing against a team that went to the finals 14 times. Kaizer Chiefs, this is the first time since 2001 where they won the Cup Winners' Cup. Cup Winners' Cup. This is the first time they've gotten to the finals. Can you compare that?
But were you not the one who was saying that they got you by playing all the teams and that's why they're in the final? You were saying that just now, Greg.
What is in front of them? They play what is in front of them.
Yes, but
this is what is in front of them now.
Kamza, they play for them. I say.
So are you saying that the gap between the teams they played and this team is huge?
They can't be here, Greg. You can't make that mistake. They cannot be here.
To be in 14 times in the finals, and you have the Tanzania same bars that once in a decade.
But those are different periods.
Those are different periods. I'm saying that
I can understand
what is in front of them. What is in front of them? They play. They get to the finals.
Right.
Al Ali is a quality side. They get to the finals.
They haven't come across a team like Al Ali in the whole competition.
I can understand being a Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah.
So he's saying those other teams are not at the level of Al Ali. That's what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying. So tell me whose team? Tell me which team?
They played all the easy team to get here.
No. They played their strength.
No.
Which team? They're a different group, man. They're in this. There's different group.
Okay, now
Kelvin, there's a different group. They didn't play one group.
Okay, guys.
Al Ali was in different group. No, Al Ali was in different group.
Guys,
no, before how did they get here?
What is on display?
Kelvin is saying that the teams that they played aren't like Al Ali.
What is on display?
That's what he says.
Guys,
no way.
Al Ali.
Okay, Tim. Yeah, Tim.
Don't forget about.
Let's hear what Tim has to say.
There's another opinion, and this is mine. We are seeing the PSL versus the Egyptian League.
No, leave that one.
Why
you go to PSL Egyptian League? We're talking about finals here.
No,
one-legged finals. You want to compare?
Yes,
Egyptian
the finals. The finals.
No.
It's the Egyptian League versus the South African League.
Yeah.
right?
No.
This is the finals we are
is.
seeing.
It's true.
No, it is.
It's true.
But
It is.
You can't get away from that,
is.
Greg.
You can't
Etafia.
get away, but you cannot
Etafia.
compare the
No.
Egyptian league.
No.
And,
No,
my
he's
man,
saying
Okay,
it's
let
the
me finish
final.
my point.
oh, okay, finish your point.
Let me finish my point.
Don't bring that point. Talk about the finals. Here.
Yes. So,
No, talk about the finals. You say Egyptian league.
so this is the finals.
Egyptian league.
Yes.
South African players that went to beat Egypt. South African team, national team, beat Egypt in the Nations Cup. You understand? That's a home base.
Okay,
So,
Etafia,
now we are
can I
saying
finish
that-
my point?
Yeah, finish your point.
So my point is this: we are looking at the tactical awareness
Mm.
that is superior with this team of Al Hatli. This is the Egyptian League champions versus the PSL.
No, they're not champions.
Now we are having a team that has finished the 8th position in the league, playing in the finals of the CAF Champions League.
Mm.
There's a difference.
Mm.
If you look at how Al Hatli is trying to possess the ball in areas where they are holding on to the ball,
Yeah.
in areas where they are cooling play, in areas where they are increasing the attack,
Yeah.
those are some aspects of the game that we need to learn
Okay.
as PSL
Team,
coaches who are watching.
Team, let me go.
Let's not
let me
be-
go to my points now.
Now with
Let me go
three
to my
goals,
point.
3 goals nil,
Let me
it's
go back.
time to stop supporting and learn.
So let me go back to my point. And now you are saying that.
Oh,
okay,
here we go. There's an
That's a
opportunity.
penalty. Come on, penalty.
That's not a penalty.
Penalty, ref.
That's not a penalty.
No, they must check it back. Oh,
If you
come on.
analyze the game, don't be emotional. I know.
No, what I'm saying to you now,
Yes.
you are saying that I say the quality of Al Ahly, even with the 11 men, they can still pass the ball, get where they're going to get to with Kaiser Chiefs. And you now you're confirming that you're comparing the Egyptian league with the PSL.
Yes.
So they haven't met. I think Al Ahly they play Esperance. If I'm not, Kabza, correct me if I'm
Yes.
not mistaken.
No.
Where Al Ahly passed through and come to this place, the only game I give, okay, I can say that team is Raja Casablanca. And you know Raja, the Raja game, Raja. No, Simba.
No,
Why
but
you leaving them
when?
No, Simba.
No,
Why
Simba
you leaving
beat
them out? They beat
Simba
them.
beat Al Hatli.
Raja,
They beat them.
Raja game.
And then
you
if you
have the
compare
goal-
Simba
you
with
have-
Chiefs,
You have the goalkeepers,
come
the
on,
man of the
Greg.
match in the
I like your
two-legged game.
statement.
In a two-legged game.
Yeah.
Now you can see if a goalkeeper is the man of the match. If a goalkeeper is busy, you see that if that goalkeeper is not on form that day, it will be disaster.
You see now,
That is that those games. That
So
two-legged
you're
game,
saying Akpe is not on form today? Is that what you're saying?
if he's on form.
No, is that what
No,
you're saying? I'm just asking.
I'm saying that.
He's not on form.
Today.
He's not on form.
If he's on form.
Is that what you are saying? The
there's
question
nothing he
stands.
could do. No,
There's nothing.
Etafia.
Etafia.
The
Akpe can't do
Yeah.
nothing.
Etafia.
No,
Etafia.
Greg, no.
I think
The Raja
there
game,
was
yes.
more dangerous shot.
I think
There's another question is coming to you. Ask the
No.
question.
on form today. So what you continue?
What do you mean he's not on form? What
He
can
can
you
save
do
those
here?
balls. Those balls he can save those balls.
So
Those balls he can save those balls.
So what prevented him from saving them?
When a goalkeeper, let me tell
No,
you.
what prevented him from saving them?
Goalkeeper, Kevin, one thing you must understand. Goalkeepers, they save impossible balls when
Really?
it's on form. You
When
didn't
he's
watch-
on form.
You watch Raja game. You watch.
When
You
he's
watch.
on,
you watch
don't take me back.
no, I want to
Let's
tell
think
you.
about
I
now.
want to tell you.
No, I want to know about
wait.
now.
I want to
Want to know
compare. I
about
want
now.
the goals they
Now
score
look
here.
at that.
We've watched
Look,
them.
no,
I
you
want
didn't
to
watch
know.
the game.
what could he have done here,
Kevin.
Greg? This is
Check.
There,
third goal.
there's nothing.
It's the top corner.
There's nothing.
It's
He
a
said,
top.
he said the same ball against Raja. He went with his one hand and took it. You watched the game.
Yeah.
No.
He never watched the game. So if you watch the game, you can start. No, you didn't watch the game. You didn't watch the game, Kevin. Accept you didn't watch the game.
Greg,
The second leg, you never
Greg,
watch it.
What you can
The
say,
second leg, you
no,
never watch
Greg,
it.
Greg,
If you watch the second
Greg,
leg, he was the man of the match.
Greg,
He was the man of the match.
Greg, listen,
Etafia.
listen.
Accept for once.
Etafia.
Me, I want you to
I'm gonna
accept.
accept.
No.
I'm going
No,
to
I want to
accept.
accept.
I'm going to
I'm
You
not
watch the
here.
game.
No, I'm not here to
yes,
defend.
I'm going to
You watch
accept.
the game.
Wait, let me make my point.
Okay.
Greg, you are banning the keeper here.
No!
First,
What are you talking about, keeper?
wait.
Kevin, leave that story. Do you watch
Let
the
me
game
make
against
my
Raja?
point.
No, answer me there.
Let me
Do
make
you
my
watch
point.
the game
Yes, I
against?
did.
No,
Let
you
me
don't
make
watch
my-
the game.
Then
How many saves he did in the
you're
game?
asking me and you're
No,
answering
no,
yourself.
no. Ask me how many games.
You're asking me, you're answering
Me, I will
yourself.
tell you the game. I
Okay,
will tell
let
you.
me explain this. I'm saying to you, what you could have really told us is that
Kevin, I tell you, maybe tell you, I'm I tell you what I think. I feel like
then
he-
why
he
do
can
you
do it.
find the need to
Guys,
ask me then?
I
No,
thi-
no, because they
I
don't watch
think-
the
Let me
game.
explain
Etafia,
to you.
I think your thinking is wrong.
You are getting emotional and you're not
no,
making no point.
Kevin,
Zero.
not emotional.
And I'll tell you,
Ah,
I'll tell
you're
you,
being
I'll tell you
emotional.
this.
No.
I'm
The
not.
keeper came
Listen,
out
listen,
because they were outnumbered.
Listen,
Right.
And then he tried to
what
block
is important?
the
Etafia,
Enel.
the issue
And then
is
he was
not.
scored. What's the
The
problem?
issue is
then
not
you are
to.
saying it's not on
For
point.
me,
it's not on
the
form.
issue is not to
What's the
defend.
performance to do with the Enel? Because
I
he
don't-
tried to block
Kevin,
Enel.
I'm
What
a
are you talking
goalkeeper.
about?
You're a player.
No.
You are
Still,
saying
I
that.
can see
You are
so-
saying that they're not
so
passing
that-
the ball.
okay.
So they're not. I'm telling you, a goalkeeper, he can save that ball. Because
No.
He can save
But
what?
he can
Why did
save
he
those
save it?
balls.
Why did he
Etafia.
save it?
Why-
Because
Now,
it's not on
Etafia.
form.
Because he's not on form. That's
No, Etafia. Being on form,
You
Etafia.
Nothing to do with the form.
You
yeah.
are burning Kaiser Chiefs.
Etafia.
You are saying that Kaiser Chiefs
Etafia.
play the way you think.
Etafia.
You are the one, not you are burning Kaiser Chiefs.
Just
Don't
an
tell me
update,
about-
folks.
don't
There's
tell me
1
about-
minute of
Kevin,
regulation time left, and it's currently 3-0 to Al Ali.
Don't say I'm saying
I
that.
must
No,
interject
no,
just to keep
Etafia.
you up to date.
You don't support Kaiser Chiefs. You pretend. that
Okay,
you're
let me
Kaiser
tell you
Chiefs. You are
something.
Kaiser- You play for Kaiser
You see,
Chiefs.
it's
No,
very.
I know you didn't. You
got
know,
nothing
guys,
to
you are
do
saying
with
that.
that.
No,
Talk about
you
the
want them
game.
to lose.
Ah,
That's
ah.
what you're thinking. You're saying you want them to lose.
Who said that?
You're not giving a point.
Who
and
said
saying
that?
Good defending there from
Who said that?
Cardozo.
You.
Who said that?
You, Kevin.
I want them to
You
win.
want them
I
to
want
lose.
Who? Who
You.
said that? Who said that?
I'm telling you as a goalkeeper.
You're
Okay, guys, here we go. Let's. It's
a
looking like
triple-
it's going to
it's
be a
triple
3-0.
substitution.
Yeah.
And for me, let me tell you, at this moment in time, you
No,
know,
Kevin, I'm telling you my point.
you see,
I'm a goalkeeper.
I'm not here.
I know.
You see,
I know how
Etafia.
to save ball.
Etafia,
No,
you are
Ke-
trying
no,
to
make a
convince
point.
us.
No.
You are
I'm not
trying to
convincing
convince
you.
us
I'm not
that you are
trying to
you are on
convince you.
form when you save the ball,
Yeah.
That's what
and you are off
Yeah.
form when you don't save any ball. I
Yeah.
think that's wrong. In this moment in time,
There's balls. There's balls. as a
you can
goalkeeper.
talk of the
There's a
best.
goal- There's
You
a
can,
balls as a goalkeeper. you
guys.
can save.
Etafia, you can talk of any good goalkeeper in the world. Those were good finishes.
Noah.
Those were good finishes. Give credit to Al Hatley. They scored beautiful goals, irrespective of the goalkeeping and everything like that.
No.
Those were good
See,
finishes.
I'm telling you, if goalkeeper is on form, there's balls.
So you mean when a goal goes in, then the keeper is not on form?
That's what he's
No.
saying.
Yes.
No, Kabza, you got
No,
No,
that's what
Kabza,
you're
That's what you're
That's what it
saying.
sounded like,
I'm saying that a goalkeeper will make a save. You watch the game, the second leg against Raja.
Yes.
Kabza, the saves they make in that game, and compared to the goals, the two goals,
These are two different teams, eh? Different quality.
the two goals they score now,
Right.
The second one, the third goal, and the goal, the game against Raja, the saves he made there. Compare them. You watch the game.
You see,
You watch the
Yeah,
game.
but the thing is,
Yeah. So I'm saying that on form, you'll be there at the right time. You can be there at the right time and save the balls.
no, you see what's happening. You see, the pass of Al Hatley displaced the goalkeeper, so he was flat.
See now, he has come
They-
up all the way
he
from the
could
goal
not.
to try and assist.
So Etafia, take nothing away.
we're about 40 seconds away from this game being done and dusted.
That was a dangerous tackle.
Hey, Akpei, protect yourself.
Yeah, but now Agbe is the one who's playing a sweeper keeper now. Because everybody is pushing up, they're leaving so much spaces behind.
But pushing
So
up
what
when
can
you
you
are
do
3
now?
goals nil.
Yeah, why do you push up? You should have stuck to the same game plan, maybe play from the back or whatever. Sit back because there's no point going up because they're going to concede more goals if they keep on going up.
The African final football jamboree is coming to a close, and by now we know for sure who is the champion, the African champion. I'm sure now
15 times.
they're gonna be celebrating with an eye to the club champions.
Is gonna win this.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to Al Ali and consummate professionals on the night, just getting the job done, albeit against the 10 men of Kaiser Chiefs. Happy Mashiani just before the halftime break, having initially gotten a yellow card, it got upgraded to a red upon the VAR review. 10 men going into the second half for Kaiser Chiefs. The introduction of Billiat, not enough, and the goals just started coming in. 3-0. The technical team, Kevin Johnson, Pizza Mosemani, the South Africans flying the flag for us. And congratulations to Al Ali, the 10th one now for them. I mean, that is a remarkable achievement. And I think now it puts to bed the legacy of Pito Mosemani, having come in at the tail end of the last season, winning it with them then, but in this time on his own terms and with his own methods, in the end, winning it again to prove indeed that Pito Mosemani can take a team from the beginning till the end of a CAF Champions League campaign, and he's done so in fine fashion. Kaizer Chiefs, I guess, back to the drawing board. Why are you laughing? How does this then impact their season? Because obviously, yes, we still don't know how the new campaign or when the new campaign starts, but they will have not have had as much rest as the other teams, and now have to get back into it. Obviously, they'll have to maybe concern themselves with just the league and the top 8 for now. But yeah, I mean, looking ahead to the campaign, what can they take from this, Greg?
There's a lot of things, there's a lot of things for them to get to this final. I mean, it's a huge achievement, they never expect to be in this final. It was more disappointing in terms of the league performance, but everyone was looking, for them getting to the final. It could have been, it's a one-leg finals.
Yeah.
Anything can happen, but you have the quality of Alali that they showed today. And for me, the turning point is this red card, and, for them, one man shot, I think is going to be a mountain to climb for them. But, Basta have a lot of things now to look forward to, prepare the next season, and he sign his own players in terms of they have the opportunity now to sign players, bring some competition into the team, and they move from there.
Going forward, I think Kaizer Chiefs will be a very competitive team next season. I hope and pray that they don't make wholesale changes to the playing staff. Just get a few to add on to the squad. Look, I'll repeat it. Technically, Al Hartley has been superior. There's a difference between the level of the tactical awareness when it comes to the Egyptian League versus the South African Premier League. I can safely say that we are the highly well-marketed league at the moment compared to the tactical acumen of teams. I think Pete Somsmane has outfoxed, Baxter.
Yeah.
Baxter has tried to put up a structured team to try and prevent the expected. But it took them, about 50 minutes to break that structure. Well-timed balls. For me, as long as you don't press the man on the ball, the man on the run is not always dangerous. It's always the man on the ball. Let free, he could pick his spot, who to pass. But what a cool finish from Mohamed Sharif. It's no surprise that he's the top scorer. What a wonderful, cool finish.
No, it was, and classy. But they all had that flavor, Kelvin. All the goals from Al-Ali, they were just all well orchestrated. And to Tim's point, I think what they do very well, those one touches that take the defenders out the game, because it's very hard to recover. If a player holds on to the ball, you can still regain your composure. But when it's just, like on FIFA, press, and the ball's just all over the place, becomes difficult to contain.
I'll definitely agree. I think most of the goals that we have seen now, they were scored with one touch, two touch, not many touches on the ball, which what informs what coaches have designed the sessions to represent the patterns of play, namely that they will make sure that they limit the number of touches in the box. They try to finish as quick as possible. And goals that have been scored in this in the last games are actually goals are actually on the 6-yard, on the 18-yard box. So what does this mean now for Chiefs? For them, I think this is encouraging for all of us to see that they've participated in this tournament. They have done themselves. With them not being able to sign players, being at this bigger stage against the Giants, I think they gave in the fight. And again, the red card threw them away. But anyway, even if they were still 11-11, we're still going to see a different ball game, in a sense that Ali is more superior in terms of positional play, game management, freshness. And again, I did throw in the question of saying, Chiefs haven't played for 3 weeks, and having an Ali that has been into a league, and they last played on Sunday, which means what? There's a high level of quality interaction that they have within the players. The players' chemistry and the bond is more higher than Chiefs, because Chiefs is like a rebuilding block for them.
Sure.
Now you're looking at the rustiness in terms of the players. You're questioning the fitness as well. Yes, they done well in terms of tracking back, try to defend. They gave it their all, because the tournament is different to a league. Here they are faced with the Giants, which is they outmuscle them in a sense, because now we saw a Chiefs now that first half didn't play at all. But second half now, when they were one man short, it looks like they were waiting to be short for them to at least try to manufacture something, which didn't work. If first half the spaces that they got compared to the second half, second half I can surely tell you now they didn't have space they didn't have much spaces they had in the first half. First half they were not being pressed. They were just toying around. They just wanted to have a feel how would Chief respond. Immediately, Ali understood that this is what you're going to do second half. Pito went into the dressing room and say, guys, let's pick up the pace. Let's put them under pressure now. Eventually, they got a one-man shot, which made it much, much worse and painful for Chiefs, which is the way that they've lost in is another way.
Raising the issue for the third goal. What could Mato have done? In such moments, it's very important as a defender. The ball is not a bullet; it can't go through your body. So if you are late, you make sure you align your body with the direction of the ball. Try to make it very difficult for the striker to pick a spot. If you don't do that, it's very easy, because they know exactly what they are doing. They are used to that interchange of play. But some of these goals have been considered from Kaizer Chiefs losing possession. And then, Al Hartley changes that. Look at that, is a pass, a clear pass, no pressure on the ball. The pass is given, but look at this interplay. Look, the unselfishness. This is training stuff. They know exactly what they are doing. They do it well. You can't blame nobody. Al Hartley displaced the Kaizer Chiefs players. The defenders are all about.
Don't blame Daniel Lekpe.
No, there's no way. No way. Everything. Al Hartley did.
No, let's go back to that point. No, guys. Let's be clear.
No. We're not gonna do that.
Don't try.
No.
No.
But the thing is, we've hopped.
You put it.
We spoke about it earlier.
I need to say something.
You said what you needed to say, Greg.
But
you said what you said.
now.
No, I was drawing a line under it.
As a goalkeeper,
folks,
as a
please give us a
goalkeeper,
shout.
you
If you're a Chiefs fan, especially, give us a call. We'd like to speak to you.
There's effort. You can go back to the
What's the
second
number,
goal.
Fidel?
You can go to the second goal and the third goal.
Effort cannot win you the Champions League medal.
If you go there at the right time, when you there at the right time.
But now you are assuming. But now you are assuming.
And you watch the game. You watch the last game.
No. We're on this final now.
You play you watch the last game, and the sales
cool. There we go.
Was more than this.
065-874-8881 if you're a Chiefs fan. Maybe you're not even a Chiefs fan. You just want to, maybe an Al Ali fan. Who knows? For tonight, anyway. Give us a shout on that number, 065-874-8881. We'll take a couple of those calls before we get off air as they get ready for the medal ceremony. The obligatory guard of honor, I guess, for the team that's come a second, and that's Kaizer Chiefs to receive their medals first, and then obviously we'll have the trophy handout ceremony for Al Ali and their coach Pitso Mosemane. As we maybe just take a couple of calls. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, well done to Kaizer Chiefs. They got quite far in terms of no one expected them to make it to the final. I guess the question is how long until they're in another final again? They've had a taste of it, but the problem is they have so many other teams that are in the mix as well in terms of Mamelodi Sundowns, you've got Orlando Pirates who are going to give it a push. Amazulu are in the mix, obviously, and they would have been watching this one with a close eye. I just feel like there's a different mix of teams there, and it's going to be very difficult to be amongst the top two South Africans teams to be here again for Kaizer Chiefs, considering the other teams that are also in the mix. And then now Gavin Hunt apparently is trending on social media. What must he be feeling? What must he be thinking at this stage? Yeah. Do you think that's what he's, what do you think what do you think Gavin is saying?
For him, he's a professional coach. I mean, he's not going to wish anything but for victory because he started this journey. Right. And, he's just, after the one they take, after when Shepard, they took over and they get to the final and Sweet Bastard came and sit on the bench on the final day. But at the end of the day, I just think, Adelaide was too good on the day. And they won, So credit must be given to Pitso and his team.
We got a soundbite of audio. Gavin Hunt apparently we got this coming in. That is not Gavin Hunt. that is not Gavin Hunt.
Let me tell you.
I don't think he'll be laughing.
Going forward, you'll have some echoes coming from different corners,
right?
Calling for the likes of Zwane and everything like that. We are always a spoiled group of fans. But going forward, I can assure you at this moment in time is that Kaizer Chiefs has played well, over and above, given the opponent. They have played so well. And when I say they have played so well, the results will come in hand the next season. This is how Sundown started, playing in the CAF Champions League with Pitso, and they became very dominant in the local league. So the after effects of losing in the finals this time around is the hunger to get back into the finals of the CAF Champions League, the hunger to perform so well in the local league. That's why I'm always telling people that it's gonna be very interesting for next season for Sundowns to win the league. Sundowns won't win the league next season. Even with the signings they have got, and everybody thinks they're going to win the league. That I can't say. It's going to be a very competitive season coming ahead.
But and you see the other thing again, Kaizer Chiefs already, they've already signed, about 6 or 7 players. And they're going to sign more. So I think they're already thinking about next season, which is a good thing. And we can only judge Sweet Bastard from the beginning of the season.
For sure.
And for them to get to the next Champions League, because you have their likes of Amazulu now, they need to compete. And with Benny McCarthy, he's used to international football in terms of, his personality, he wants to be there, and he's a good coach. We just hope and pray that the likes of Amazulu, Sundowns, you always know that they're always gonna be there. The likes of Amazulu can get one push again. At least one of them at the Sundowns, Amazulu can get to the stage of the finals. If not in the semi-finals to the final, at least to just keep that consistent. In terms of the South African League, so that we know. Because I'm telling you now, in Africa, in the continent, Africa now, a lot of people talking about Kaizer Chiefs because they are the only one that's get to the final for a very long time. So we need that at least every year, every season. One team can come from South Africa, which is going to be a good thing for the league. Yeah,
there we go. I guess everyone is either out celebrating or burying their heads in a pillow somewhere, screaming their lungs out at the disappointment of losing this final. Kaizer Chiefs fans, we feel for you. Greg came in here with the whole goalkeeper uniform.
I'm a Kosi for life.
There we go.
Still support them.
We not lose. We are there with them. I'm very proud of Craig. He has not hidden the jersey yet.
Yes.
We not lose.
There was someone here who was wearing a Chiefs jersey and took it off at halftime. I'm not going to say who, but there was someone here.
Yeah, it was Timothy.
Who was wearing.
I don't know why Timothy took the jersey out.
And there you go. You just found out. You just found out who, and it's not Timothy, but you just found out who.
For me, congratulations to Pitso once again. He has proved that on the African continent, I think he means business. And for me, what is outstanding is that he's never satisfied. He wants to go for more and more and more. He wants to go back to the
Club World Cup.
Club World Cup.
He
wants to go and win it.
For
me, I think that is the epitome of somebody that is very successful. And I'm proud to be associated with Pitso. I wouldn't be speaking to you here if it was not for Pitso. Pitso is the one who brought me to South Africa as a player. He spotted me from Uganda after my university studies, and he wanted me to play for his passport team. And then he recommended me.
Don't interrupt me again.
No. I speak.
Don't interrupt me.
I speak.
If you talk about
I speak.
like this,
I speak.
When I talk about Gavin, don't interrupt me.
I speak what is on the pitch, what we are seeing. So when we talk about the football minds on the African continent, I think he has put up his hand to be approved. And I'm sure the owner of Hull Hartley is very proud of Pitso Msimani.
No, for sure.
He calls him the rough diamond that was picked from the mining country that is South Africa. And now I'm sure now he's a polished diamond that is selling so pricely at this moment in time.
Number 10 Mosimane. Hashtag number 10 Mosimane. I'm sure it's trending in the northern parts of Africa.
You know, and the good thing, you know, normally you have players that want to go overseas, they want to go other club, you know, the Al Ahly, the Zamalek, you know, but you have people now that have opened the road for other coaches.
Right.
Those I feel for the next 15 years, 10 years, he's only going to go forward.
Yes.
You know, he has already break that barrier of, you know, coaches, you know, in southern region, going
Right.
to coach overseas. I just feel, you know, and he's just shown that he's a top class coach. I just feel like from Al Ahly, he should be, you know, going
to Europe,
to try his luck there.
There we go. Well, let's hope he gets the opportunity to go to a top club because he's shown time and time again just how able he is.
No, I've been in the dressing room of Pitso.
Yeah.
You know, with the likes of Thomas Madigange, the late, may he so rest in peace. He knows football. And what cuts across as Pitso is not necessarily what he's teaching the players to do on the field of play. Is what he loves them to achieve in their football career. He wins them over, so the players end up playing for Pitso. And that's why you are seeing all these results for every team that he has been to. His personality to be able to win over the players to himself, I think that has been key. And that is one of the characteristics you should find in all coaches that have won trophies. Talk of Ferguson, the likes of Arsene Wenger, the Mourinhos. Up to now, we have Benny McCarthy talking about the Rio Jose Mourinho. So those are some of the traits that you should pick up. But for me, at the end of the day, South Africa has won. We have got the CAF president representing, you know, South Africa. We have got Coach Pitso and Johnson representing Al Ahly. We have got Kaizer Chiefs representing South Africa. So over and above, fear not. We are the champions, South Africa.
There we go.
Like I said, it's going to be a double win for the country. And it did take place.
Actually, a triple win now. There's the CAF president.
Now, again, just to support on Tim's words, again, you need a coach that is always going to try to mold the player's attitude. Pito with Al Ahly has been having a little bit of tension with some of the players, where the player got back and then he had to apologize because there were some things that the players were saying that he's not good enough and blah 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 and all of that. But Pito managed to still field the play, and the player scored. And we saw the match where the player went to the coach and then he apologized, and then he said, "No, it's all gone and past. Let's move on and let's just enjoy the game of football." With Pito, for me, I think South Africa now is put into a different level when it comes to the players, the coaches. So everybody's got a window of opportunity now to say, yes, there are more rough diamonds there. Can we go there and then pick up one? And I'm sure that Pito has put in some good names for some teams to actually have a look at South African coaches, what they can deliver, because he has paved the way, he has risked it all, and he's been compensated. So for us, it shouldn't be a shock, because it's a guy that just took the job that had a lot of pressure. But look at what he have delivered.
Yeah, but that's because he's built for that.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering who you think is also built to be at this high level from a local coaching perspective.
Let me tell you, you've got Meti. Meti has got the charisma and the characteristic to be one of those coaches.
Who's that?
Coach Meti.
Meti?
Of Sundowns.
Oh, okay, right. Oh, Meti, okay.
And then you have got Gavin Hunt, though I'm still, at this moment in time, not sure that he's the coach of Chippa United. I'm still yet to say it is yet to sink in, but they have got that charisma to be able to coach on the African continent. What is important is for South African coaches to believe that they are not in the comfort zone in the PSL. They need to try and be adventurous.
Yeah.
And I think Pizza has paved the way for that, and many to come. We have got Senong coming back from being the coach of Lesotho, come and take up club football. I think they need to be willing to venture. Go coach the national team of Uganda, Southern Sudan. Take those responsibilities and make sure that you test that pressure. For now, let's just wait for Pitso's comments going forward.
Yeah, no. Well, congratulations. We are looking at the man right now, draped in the South African flag around his shoulders. Kevin Johnson also joining him there for the trophy ceremony. On the stage, I think Jessica Mudong's also there.
You can
bittersweet.
You can imagine, growing up as a Kaizer Chiefs fan, and you are inflicting this pain because you need to work for your family, for your name.
Yeah.
That's so very professional.
No, for sure. No, for sure. I know.
Johnson.
Folks, there we go. South Africa well represented in the CAF Champions League final. Congratulations to Al Ali. It'll begin again next season without two representatives being, of course, Mamelodi Sundowns and Amazulu in this competition. So that's one thing to look forward to, and maybe we'll have another fairy tale story where Amazulu can spring a surprise as far as investment and changes and to their team where they've not really been as active, but there's still some ways to go, and especially everybody doesn't know yet where we stand as far as the resumption of the new season is concerned. So let's see how the teams prepare themselves. But there we go, number 10 on the back of that jersey, and that's about them getting their 10th title. Lots of stars above that emblem as far as the jersey is concerned, whilst Kaizer Chiefs went in search of their first star. Wasn't to be, but we hope for Amankosi and their fans, they're back here in a few years' time. Gents, thank you very much for your time this evening. It's been good hanging out with you. We've had Kelvin Sosibo, Greg Atafia, and Timothy Batabayer. Everybody who's been tuned in on YouTube and on Twitter, thank you to you too, as they raise the flag, the champions of Africa when it comes to club football. The biggest prize, Al Ali, led by Peter Mosemani. Congratulations to them.
A shout out to the CAF administration for making it possible for this game to be broadcast to so many millions of Africans to watch the pinnacle of African football.
There we go. Credit to the president as well. So there we go, folks. We're done for the evening. We'll catch up with you closer and closer as we get to the new season. Obviously, stay tuned to us on @FrontSports on Twitter. Subscribe to us here on YouTube if you're new to the experience, and we'll bring you more content around the new league season that's on the way and everything to do with it as far as player movements, coach movements, and sundry. So we'll see you soon. Have a good rest of your weekend, and thanks for watching along.
I'm a Kosi for life.
Yeah, it's a brand that has grown.